And we're back on Pub Sports Radio for another live bet stream. Me and my guy C-Mac. Today, we're here for the Tennessee-Illinois game. Tennessee's at home. It should be a packed house. Should be a rocking arena. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll get to our action here in just a moment. But I want to let everyone know we're also going to cap the rest of today's card. So if you want to know what else we're betting, we'll have it right here. If you want to know, got any questions about the later games, you can drop them in the chat. But what's good this Saturday morning, C-Mac?
It's good, man. A ton of college basketball. Pretty hyped, as always, Cav. How can you not be, my man?
Yeah, I'll tell everybody in the chat, we did the live streams with college football, and it was a blast. College basketball is going to be a different animal. These games move quick, the swings, the runs, and I've already got a plan how I'm going to attack this game today. So I will go ahead and let you guys know. Let me just go ahead and intro this because we took a second here, so we'll just go ahead and get to it. Illinois is on the road, like I said here, Saturday to take on the 17th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Illinois, 7-1 on the season, sitting at 20th. They're playing pretty well. They've won 5 straight games, whereas you look across the way, the Volunteers are just 5-3 right now on the season. But they've played a very, very high level non-conference schedule here. Those 3 games that they lost all came in a row. It was Kansas, North Carolina, Purdue, just bang, bang, bang. They lost to Purdue by 4 points. I want to say Kansas by 9. All of them were decent games. But like I said, just an absolutely loaded schedule. Where you look across the way, Illinois hasn't had, a cake schedule. They've had some tough competitions. They took down number 11th, Florida Atlantic. They won that game 98-89. That was part of that Jimmy V Classic in Madison Square Garden. So that was a good win for them there. So like I said, not completely cake, but they have not had the same type of schedule that Tennessee has had here coming into this. Tennessee's played heavy hitters just after heavy hitters, and now they're coming home to take on Illinois. Illinois has only played two ranked teams, right? They lost to Marquette, and then they beat Florida Atlantic. My biggest concern for Illinois is their inconsistency on executing on the offensive end of the floor here. And when you look at this Tennessee team, one thing Tennessee is always going to do is bring the pressure on defense, right? Year in and year out, Tennessee has one of the best defenses in college basketball. And at home, I think that defense is really going to show up today. And so I'm on Tennessee here first half. And like I said, what I will tell you, I got 3.5 on Tennessee in the first half. I was hesitant to bet it, but here's what's going to happen. If Tennessee gets out, to a 10, 12-point lead, I will take Illinois in the first half. If Tennessee falls down in the first half, I will take Tennessee in the full game. So I have a plan of action of how I'm going to live bet this game. What do you think about this, C-Mac?
Yeah, of course, college basketball, just like the NBA, we get, you got to look for the runs to bet this shit live. And that's what I'm going to look to do. I think this is I was impressed by Illinois, at least the last 2 games, to go to the rack, win very easily and then you talked about the one in Madison Square Garden in that game. But here coming to Tennessee at home, this is the classic, though. The line is perfect here, though. It's just like 6.5, 7. Like they're at home, bounce back spot for the Vols. Is this too many? Then you flip the other side with an Illinois team. Is this too many on the road? I lean to Tennessee a little bit to win here. Will they cover? I don't know. Now it's at 7 in this game. There's 2 props, though, I want to hit on. The spotlight game, you always want me to hit the props. In this one, James for Tennessee, over 11.5 points. I think he gets this. He's had 20 and 15 the last 2. I think he can get there in this one. And here we go. Terrence Shannon. The guy's been money. This guy is the best player on the court, best player for Illinois. He got 33 his last games. He's hit this 17.5, 6 straight. He's consistently 20, 25, 27, 33. His point total was 17.5. It was, I think, minus 125, I believe, the juice. But I think he gets there. He's got to score 20. He shoots the ball enough that much.
I like
Terrence Shannon, 17.5. Yeah.
I like both of those props. I think what's going to happen is we're going to start off cashing these props just like we were cashing them in the college football live streams, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat rolling in here. I know it's the first game of the morning. Everybody just finished watching their Nadu capped the college basketball card. Now you're probably getting some breakfast, getting some coffee, maybe putting a little Jameson in that coffee, rolling a joint with your boy, and popping in here, man. So shout out to you guys. Justin, he said his stacks play of the day is Xavier minus 114. Stacks play of the day record 112 and 108. There you go, man. Getting that shit up. Kelly showing up in here, man. Good to see you, Kelly. Don Play, always good to see you. Unlucky Charm said he's got Tulane money line. Brandon Whedon, my dude, always love seeing you in here. Always recognize the name. You know, Whedon, can't help it. Ron Lofton, OG right there. Ian Schwarber. Make sure I hit everybody. Dana Delp, Real Deal Prime, the fucking grinder out there. Man Beer Pig. Good to see you in here, man. Let me know what dogs you got, Man Bear Pig. I know you got big dogs today. Nicholas Nicholas Handy. Good. Said that right. Lucas R. Brad Summersell. Lex Still. Everybody, man. Steve G. Good to see you. Everybody, hit that like button. Hit the share button. Let them know that we're in here betting, that we got the greatest chat in the game. Going to give your action out. Tons of money to be made here on a Saturday. You know, I love college football, but I can't lie. College basketball is where my heart is.
Yeah, I love them both. I like money. I'm on Mississippi State early in this game, and I didn't think they'd jump out to this big a lead. So this is good. I almost pulled the trigger, too, on this other early game, but I didn't. I just didn't want to bet either of these two teams. I was leaning Georgetown. You know, I took Syracuse like a week ago. I forget who they beat. LSU at home. Then they just beat Cornell by 11. That was another one. They covered that. But in the end, I stayed off. So we could take a look at those. We'll have, about 8 games going here live, Cad? Right around there? Like, maybe more?
Yep.
We got the Kentucky game. Yeah, a few others.
With college basketball, what I was going to say, C-Mac, is, you know, in football, I really like to have my eyes on. I like to have my eyes on anything I'm going to bet. But with college basketball, if I cap something, right, I'm just going to, like, I didn't cap Mississippi State Tulane. Like, I had no lean in that. But let's say that I did, right? Let's say that I was maybe looking at Tulane money line. Well, they're down 37-16. Maybe I'd consider, let me pull up some of their stats. Are they missing from three? Are they missing their shots? Tulane's shooting just 35% right now, 25% from three. Mississippi State has a good defense, but I would expect Tulane to play a little bit better than that. So if I was, if I was exactly, so if I was leaning Tulane right now, I think you could get a good live line on Tulane. It's kind of just like that with basketball because numbers are going to even out most of the time. Shout out to our guy Billy Briz popping in the chat, man. He said Butler first half full game. Is that -1? LSU's not -180, so that's got to be Butler minus 180, and then LSU money line and Butler. LSU do. I'm sorry, Billy. That was confusing. I tried. Hey, how about you hop on here? How about you hop on here with us, Billy, and give it out if you want. No pressure. I'll send you the link if you want it. I know that's probably me, but I couldn't get through that one.
Beautiful.
It looked like it was a parlay with 3 teams, but I'm not sure. I dropped you that link, Billy, if you want to pop up here, man. I love talking college basketball with my guy Billy. He definitely knows his shit. Yeah, good deal. He said he's going to pop on. I tried, man. Anyways, you know, they're showing some highlights right now from Tennessee UNC. That was a high scoring game. A lot of fun to watch. I'm excited for this game. This stadium is going to be rocking. Tennessee is a tough place to go play. It's kind of like Arkansas, one of those SEC houses that you just don't want to be at. So we'll see if this Illinois team is battle tested and ready to go. They have looked better than I expected Illinois to be this year. I mean, they look like they'll be a contender. You know, I think they look great. They're showing some. They need
to hit their free throws.
Free throws are a huge problem for me in college basketball. If a team can't shoot free throws, I will not bet them full game. I will only bet them first half. And sometimes I'll stay away from them completely. Shout out to our guy Smoke and Mirrors popping in the chat, man. Good to see you in here now too. I'll touch on if you want, C-Max, some of the later games. But before I do, did you bet any of the other 11 a.m. games, or are you just looking at those live?
These ones live.
These ones live, yeah. Like the Kentucky Penn game, I would lean Kentucky there. I don't love it.
Me too.
California Butler just tipped. Probably would lean Butler, and I'm not.
I'd lay it. Yeah, I'd lay it with Butler.
Yep.
Free bet.
So we'll get into some of these later games. Purdue, Alabama is at 12:30. Kansas State, LSU is at 12:30. I'm seeing LSU get a lot of love. Shout out to our guy Billy. I'm interested to see him come in here and talk about it. I guess starting with that win over who was it? Wake Forest. That win over Wake Forest, LSU might have started to turn the corner. But C-Mac, you and I have talked about it. LSU is a bad program right now.
Yeah. They're at home. Kansas State really hasn't this is their first true road game. We're going to see that a ton. Really today, we've already seen it earlier in the week. And I still think K-State could go in there, at least hang around, and that game could be tight. Like, I really want 3.5 with K-State. Yeah, LSU getting some love at home. Seems like some people like it. Fuck. I don't know. I got to see more.
I got K-State in the first half. So I'm on plus 1.5 in the first half. When you know how I bet. I mean, hell, the whole chat knows how I bet. It is what it is, and I make money how I do it. But it's like when if I see like a 1.5 to a 3.5 point dog that I like, I'm very likely going to take it in the first half because guess what? Games end up tied all the time. It happens, right? There's 1 point one way or the other, or something's tied. And if this thing's tied at half, if we're looking at like, I don't know, a 35-35 game or 35-34 game, I get out with the W. So I am on K-State here in the first half. Lex Still said, "Hey, Dab, have a drink with the real deal." And does C-Mac drink? Yeah, we both drink, man. And I'll definitely have a drink with you guys. Let us get to tip off here. Let us get like into the game, and I'll go grab my first one for the day. I will spark this with you right now, though. So shout out to you, and I'll grab a drink with you here in just a bit, man. But without further ado, instead of me sputtering through Billy's action, he's backstage right now, ready to pop on. I just want to say, Jimmy touches on it. He's one of the younger guys in the business, but you wouldn't be able to tell by how knowledgeable he is. So shout out to our guy Billy popping on with us. What up, Billy?
What up, Debbie Cab and my man C-Mac. Love the college basketball action on the slate today.
You have a glow about you in college, and I noticed it the other day. Like, I've always known you do college basketball, Billy, but when you and I were going back and forth, I could see that glow. You feel about college basketball how I do. I can tell.
Yeah, and then I started actually looking at the numbers, and I was like, you know what? If you're hitting that 65-70% in college basketball, the fuck are you betting other sports for?
Bro, it's every day. It's every day. You've got good games every day. You got good big games. You got good small schools, good matchups. It's everywhere, man. It's a beautiful thing. But obviously, I butchered your action when I tried to read it. So you want to touch on that a little bit for everyone?
These are the I capped the lines. So I capped the lines for this card Thursday. Didn't bet it on the opening yesterday. I kind of wanted to see how the line movement was going to go. A lot of UFC action, a lot of college basketball action. Kind of want to sit a little bit more patient with the play. So some of the lines, these are lines that you're getting right now. So if it sounds juiced, that's because the games are about to start literally right now. Butler first half full game minus 180. This is a model system play of a West Coast team traveling East Coast. They played this game last year, kind of a similar spot. Butler won 82-58. Cal was +9 dogs in that game, and I don't think this Cal team from last year is as good as this team this year. California, just in general, they have good production when you look at their numbers, but when you're looking at their games, not all their good scorers are all scoring at the same exact time. One person might have a good game, then the next game the other person has a good game. But Butler, on the other hand, is a team I'm really high on this year. They're 5-0 straight up at the crib and 4-1 ATS. I had to figure out a way to get on them, so I took them full time. I really wanted to bet the halftime line at -4.5, but just the way that they were introducing the numbers and stuff like that didn't get to the betting window, so I went with halftime full time because I actually think that they win the game outright. They're just going to be up by a point or more at halftime. And then the second spot that I'm looking at here is LSU. I saw you guys talk about this game a little bit, but I forget what that category is called on the stat sheet, but it's basically how can you determine if a team's been lucky or unlucky or not? And Kansas State is the luckiest team. You're muted, Kev.
What that's like when you say like an actor's name. I know exactly. Every year they do that in college basketball. What the fuck is it called?
Yeah, Kansas State though, they're top 5 team in the country for luckiest teams in the country. They won 4 out of 7 of their games this year in overtime. This is one of the luckiest teams in the country, and I feel like LSU's been the exact opposite. They've been unlucky. They've been inconsistent. And my man, Mike, I call him Mike Boom, but that's not his fucking name. Will Baker, senior, 7-footer from Austin, Texas, is going to have a huge size advantage in this one against Kansas State. LSU, if you look at their length compared to like other teams in the country, they're one of the longest teams in the country, and they're going to have a big sizable advantage over Kansas State. Kansas State, on top of them being one of the luckiest teams in their country, they're winning all these games at home. They're beating Villanova and stuff at home. When they're going on the road, they're not looking the same. I like LSU here. They had 8 days for finals week to prepare for this spot. They haven't played in over a week. They should have a good fucking game plan and have this team figured out for this one. And then I rolled off with a little 3-leg parlay here, early action parlay. Butler, LSU, and Duke. I really wanted to bet Duke on the spread, but couldn't get there. But I like them on the money line for parlay pieces. I mean, how can you not? It's minus 1,600. But Duke desperately needs a win here in this spot today. Outside of that Arizona game, they won each of their home games by at least 18 points. So I like Duke as a parlay piece.
Beautiful. Gab, you're on mute.
Fucker. You don't see a lot of 13, 14-point favorites on my card, but I like Duke today also, man. I thought they got there and covered this number. Man, Tennessee's defense on the start of this game looks good, but fucking give the ball up, man. Stop. Just first person doesn't have to fucking take a layup, man. Pass the fucking ball and stop taking contested fucking shots when it's 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. Tennessee is up 6-5 right now because Illinois just hit a 3. But this game has been back and forth already, man. 18 minutes
What's
in.
the action you guys in that one?
Or not 18 minutes in, at the 18-minute mark, excuse me. Tennessee takes it to the hoop right there. Going to go up 8-5. Just back and forth, like we said. Anybody in the chat who bet this, let me know. If you're going to tell Billy, let me know. I like those bets, Billy. And I will say this, too. It could have already changed because it happened so quick. But it's on a TV timeout. I agree with the Butler cat.
11-4 at the TV timeout. So if you like the minus 180, you'll even like the line better now.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And let me say something else too. 4-11 might, not look like a good start, but that is so early and it happens so quick in college. They'll hit 2 threes back to back, and it's going to be 10-11 before you even blink your eyes. So if you're interested in the Butler play, grab it live right now. That's what we're here to do. If you're here to hang out, we're happy to have you hang out with us. But if you're here to make money, listen and pay attention to the numbers.
The Cowboys looking good though, man. 4-4 3-point line to start off the game.
Oh, I didn't even see that Illinois hit another 3 right there. It's 8-8. I must have missed that.
Shots dropping.
They are. And Tennessee's at the line missing free throws right now.
Minus 4.5 live, minus 110. Yeah, I'm probably round loft. I'm probably gonna have to sit out this live bet in the first half to see, because I have the first half full game. So if I lose the first half off of that bet alone, then probably should end up betting it live. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I won't have a live bet game until halftime.
A lot of people ask me why I do first half, especially in college basketball. It's because if I lose, I can bet the second half if I want to, right? I can jump in and get a better line.
Yeah, like for example, you got to be watching the game though, in my opinion. And for example, in this game right now, Cal is 4 for 5 from the 3-point line to start off the game in the first 5 minutes. I mean, God bless them.
Yeah.
Come on, Ziegler's got the ball up top. Again, Tennessee I love how they're good. That's how you dish the ball. Slam it down right there. Tennessee goes up 11-8. I like how they're attacking the rim right now, but what I don't like is how they're not giving it off when they get to the rim. Just give a couple of these drives one pass away from being easy bucket. Your guys already got some points for Illinois, C-Mac. I don't know how many, but I saw him hit one just a little bit ago.
Yeah, he's got it too. One game.
No, that's not your
The
shot.
Gear guy's got fucking 2 threes already.
How many points did you need? 20?
8 points. No, 17 and a half, 18.
17 and a half. That's right. Up and down, up and down. Tennessee with the 3. It is up and good. They will now take a 4-point lead. Go ahead and jump out to like a 10 or a 12-point lead for me so I can bet Illinois first half and fucking middle this shit. Please. There we go, Ron Lofton. Barry Smith said, what's up with the Purdue game? You guys want to hit on that at all? I'll hit on it too. I didn't bet it, man. I didn't bet it. It's another one of those spreads. It's right there. What, 5.5, 6.5 points for, a good home team versus a good road team. It's just tough. Illinois is absolutely lights out.
Like anything in that Purdue game, why wouldn't you just bet Zach Edey in Canada?
Yeah, that's on a neutral floor, that game in Canada, yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, I got that. I said that wrong. I said they're at home. Neutral floor. Ziegler hits a 3 for Tennessee to respond. These teams are throwing haymakers early. 17-13.
What's the other game, C-Mac, that's the second game of that docket of that Canadian slate? Like, it's another bigger game that I forget what it was. There's so many fucking games.
TCU Clemson.
TCU Clemson. That's the second game of that Canadian slate.
TCU Clemson will be a good game. I was just gonna say, Clemson just got
Clemson was home. If Clemson was home,
taking
I
that
would
shot.
bet on Clemson. I mean,
Good pass.
them
down
on a
low.
neutral
Tennessee
floor.
was up too. I was
Couldn't
just
tell
going to
you
touch
how
on that
good
Clemson though, because yeah, I'm good. I always got to check. Where was it? Alabama lost to Clemson early, if I'm not mistaken. They lost to Clemson and Ohio State. I don't know, man. I do think that Alabama can cover against Purdue, though. Alabama's offense is elite. They're second in offense efficiency. They really push the pace. They're second in points scored. They're shooting over 40% from long range right now. They've got a 58. Go ahead.
Do they have the size though?
Well, I don't think anybody really has the size for Edey. I think it's just about how you game plan for him.
Some teams do. Like if you look at that Wisconsin game, Wisconsin matches up very well size-wise with them, and they beat them. Granted, Purdue, it was Purdue's first road game, but that's the first thing you look at when you're looking to fade Purdue. Can the team match up with them in size, or are you going to outrun them guard-wise? Because Purdue, historically, during the Zach Edey era, the way to beat Purdue is by having elite guard play or having somebody that can match up with Zach Edey. You don't
Purdue's
have to
guard
neutralize.
Is a little bit better this year, but last year that was by far their biggest weakness. Purdue's guard play was terrible last year. It's still not great. But it's a little bit
crazy, bro. They had Jaden Ivey and Zach Edey on that same exact team, and they still 2 years ago, and they still had guard problems.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is because it was just those two. You got it. That shows how important it is to have multiple people on the court. You want at least 3 or 4 people you trust to take that shot.
Not even. Sometimes I feel like in college basketball, I like betting on the team that I know that their star player can get me 30 points in a fucking win. Like in NBA basketball, you can get 30 points and your team still get blown out by 50. But in college basketball, more times than not, if your star stud player scoring 30 points, you're probably going to win the game.
Ooh, that one almost took me out earlier this morning, man. Shout out to you guys in the chat, man. Everybody.
About what? The Purdue game?
Do you bet on the studs, or do you bet on the balance teams?
The balance teams. But when there's a really good player on some of these smaller schools, like Hofstra, shit like that. Yeah, I take it into consideration. Yeah,
of course. Gets a major team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is take teams that have 4 or 5 people that average double digits. It's just nice to know that you have which there's not a ton, but it's just nice to know you have.
The scary part about that though is you'll look at the numbers and you're like, all right, 4 out of 5 of these guys averaging double digits, and then you end up betting on the team, and then one of those 4 guys aren't getting double digits, and now you're looking at yourself all right, who's going to step up? I might be fucked.
Right.
Kind of like Syracuse this year. Syracuse, they're very Mint's heavy. If like Mintz is scoring 25 points, Syracuse is winning. If Mintz isn't scoring 25 points, Syracuse is losing. So it's
so
like
I'll give an example.
mixing.
They don't have the size, and I know they lost recently to disappoint several people, but I still think they have a great team. Is Miami? I love having
Miami. No, you're right. Never mind. You're right. Miami's that squad.
So I guess I'm talking about like some of the bigger schools that really have those players. But I love because if somebody's off, like let's say Pac's not hitting his shots or something, like you can feed it down low to Amir. Like I love like the variance between the players on that team, offensively at least.
Yeah.
Lex, we can find it for you, especially when we hit because we got halftime. We will find it. Any questions in the chat? If I don't acknowledge it, man, just drop it again because we will definitely circle back and get to it. Lex wanted to know any player props for after the 3 p.m. games. I'll have to look into it for you, but I got you.
The only player prop that I was looking into tonight was Carlson in that Utah versus BYU game. One of my biggest bets of the day is going to be on Utah. And I'm looking at this Carlson line because he sat out the last game due to a non-COVID illness, sickness. So he should be rested for this game. He's going to play a lot of fucking minutes. And I think if Utah is going to win this game tonight, their fucking stud is going to have to play like a stud today for them to beat BYU at home.
I like that. That line is so telling too. Like everybody looks at that doesn't know anything is going to think BYU. There's a reason why that line's where it's at. That's another, I'm actually on Kansas State first half, but I thought as soon as I saw that line, I was like, oh yeah, that's bait. And I bet it anyways. So,
well, the LSU line, it opened up at -110 and went up to -165. So I think that tells you everything you need to know.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't even, so even before I saw that, I was like, that's 100% bait. Now you see that it's like, yeah, it's 150% bait. Shout out to our guy Razor in the chat, man. Good to see you up in here, Razor. Anytime you want to pop on. I know Saturdays you're with the fam, but we still love to have you. I think Illinois took their first time out there. I think they were a little bit frustrated with the defense, maybe making some adjustments. We got a 6-point game here early as Tennessee is up 21-15 with 13 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first half. I almost said quarter. First half. I got this.
Yeah. That game, I like Utah. Billy, I think they.
Yeah, I like Utah a lot. That's my best bet of the day.
I really like BYU this year. I think that game has to go over, though, too, in the end. I know it's at 152. There's got to be some point. There's going to be points. So
there's going to be points. And then if you think about it from a prop perspective, there's going to be points on the Utah side of the ball. It's got to come from Carlson. I haven't looked at the line yet, but let me look at this line real quick.
Don, without
reach on.
Well, while you're looking at that, I'm going to try and answer Don. Without having eyes on that game and without doing like the math, it looks like we're 51-29 right now. Mississippi State with a pretty big lead. I think Mississippi State probably will try and slow this game up, as that's kind of their MO. So anything live, looking at an adjusted total on the under, I would probably support right there.
If you're going to bet the under, though, I'd probably bet the under.
Yeah. I'm on Mississippi State. I'm going to stay over there.
Because the way Mississippi State's playing, shit, they might put up 100. That's the way they're looking today.
I know. Holy shit.
Yeah, but so even if they do put up 100, well, so let's look at that though. Even if they do put up 100, is Mississippi State or is Tulane going to get to 67? I mean, they could, but that's presuming both teams keep the exact.
The way I look at it, when you're looking at college basketball totals, it's easier to isolate one team over the other. So, like, let's say you're betting a Houston game, right? Instead of betting the full game under, just bet the opponent's team total under, because if the game goes under, that means Houston blew them out. They're holding them down. Or you could bet a team like Blase versus Blase, and the fucking other team just outscores the other team by a certain amount of points that you're betting on over on the team total. And the team total is what drove the number to go over. Like, you don't need to bet the full game over, because now you you're involving both teams. It's easier to bet on one team than it is to bet on two teams.
Right.
That's the way I
And
look at it.
well, it's when I talk about totals, like team totals in baseball, I know it's different, but it's still the same thing as far as like you're cutting down variables. A good little hook shot right there in the paint. Tennessee going up 23-17, still just back and forth right here. Got a 6-point game. Hasn't changed since the last time I touched on the score. The numbers changed, but not the deficit for Illinois. Both teams playing clean basketball right now. Only 3 fouls in this game. Another 3 up for Illinois. It's going to bank off, but good offensive rebound, back-to-back offensive rebounds there for Illinois to put up 2 points. Fuck. Rebounds, Tennessee.
Shouts to Lex Steele. Lex Steele says, at the poker table, on for 5 minutes, then switch to Pandora for a Rounders effect. I mean, focus. You know, A1 sauce, fork, and knife, but I'm missing something. Not steak. Focus.
That's funny.
Nice.
What
did we just call here? What are we doing? I know this ball's
Bonton
not going
Ford says he wants to move on Arkansas. Whew. I want to say Arkansas, but Arkansas plus 4.5. But I haven't bet it yet. I think Arkansas is a weird team because it's like I have them circled for March, but it's about them getting there to March. I don't know if I want to be betting on them getting there to March, but when March comes around, yeah, I'm gonna be having some Arkansas tickets, but I don't know about today at plus 4.5. I would lean that way.
I'm very close with this Arkansas team. Anybody knows I've bet on them and against them a lot. I go both ways.
Whoa, how close? You said that. Oh, okay. You bet them. You were like, man, I'm close to this team.
Right. Anybody that hits my card on a weekly basis, I mean, we might as well be boyfriend girlfriend. You feel me? Like I got any of these teams that I'm putting money on that much. I mean, they got a close spot. You understand what I'm saying? These teams are my side chicks. But look, all I was gonna say with Arkansas is early on they were not clicking. You saw the coach moving around their lineup. They were Mark got hurt. They were switching starters and putting them on the bench and trying to figure out this, that, and the other. And then they responded well against Duke. Had that big game against Duke. This game with Arkansas, I took Arkansas in the first half. One thing that I will say about Oklahoma is their defense has been outstanding. They've held down some really good teams. I don't think this is a 8-0 like fluke for Oklahoma. I think they really are back. But what Billy said is the truth. I think Arkansas, talent-wise, is one of the most talented teams in the country. They just aren't playing right, but they've got a good coach. They played a great game against Duke. And I think maybe they've already flipped that switch and they can keep it rolling. So giving me plus points with Arkansas as the first half was something that I couldn't pass up. So I did bet that game too. That's not even a lean. That's one that I got to the window with. I can go ahead and hit on this. I'll hit my card for everyone. We can break down any of it, but I'll hit the card. So as you know, I am on Tennessee first half right here. The shit starts making my heart race and my hand shake in college basketball. I don't know why. It's the only sport. Like I'm looking at my phone right now, my fucking hand shaking. This half needs to hurry up.
One thing that I got to say about the college basketball slate for today to keep in reminder of, it's not anything spot specific, but it's day specific. College finals week is not what it used to be in other years. Coming from a product of the first graduating class during COVID that was introduced to online classes, a lot of these student athletes are just logging on to their classes for the first time all semester since syllabus week and just filling out a bunch of fucking modules. So you'll see a lot of these teams coming off like 7 or 8 day breaks. Those students went from athletes to students this week, and now they're switching back to athlete mode because a lot of these students, because I know if they're doing it on a D2 basketball level scale, I can't imagine what it's like at a D1 basketball university scale of students literally haven't opened their computer to click on the class since the first week of the year, and they're doing their semester's worth of classes in about a week is what the average student is doing for college basketball this week. So that's the reason why we had so many dog shit slates this week. It's finals weeks.
Finals week sucked, bro. I hated finals week.
Bro, finals week, if any student that went to college knows, finals week is the worst week ever at school. You don't want to be there. You want to leave. You
It's
can't even get
quiet.
asked what into. It's quiet. It's
It's weird.
weird.
It's just weird. Everything goes from like fun, like to being this like fucking institution all in like fucking one day. It's like, it's a weird thing. I think they were reviewing if that was a goaltending or not, but I don't
Which
know
is
because I don't
different
have
from
sound.
syllabus week. Syllabus week is during college football season. So everyone just seeing their buddies from the summer. Everyone's getting fucked up in the stands. Like college basketball and college football, two different. Oh man, the finals week is like a serial killers on campus. Facts, Dano picks. Like that's the one thing that's really has made me like either dial back or dial forward on a play. Like if you see a team playing on like a Tuesday of finals week, they're probably trying to win the fucking game and they're probably playing an easy team. But if you see a team playing on a fucking Friday of finals week, how much work did the students do throughout the week? I can't even imagine.
You know, I was complimenting how this has been a clean game, but it seems like these whistles are starting to blow. I still don't know what we were looking at there. I guess it might have been whether it was a goaltending or not. They didn't call it one, and it shouldn't have been. But another foul here on Tennessee. Illinois hits the first half of the two shots to make it 18-23. Did you have any action on this one, Billy, or were you just watching this one?
Two closely contested teams. Illinois is not maybe it's a team that I'm just too low on this year because there's been a couple of spots where I almost bet against them, specifically that FAU game in MSG last week. I almost bet against Illinois. Glad I didn't. And Illinois ended up smoking FAU. So it's just a team I don't have a good read on right now. But I wanted to bet Tennessee, but it just didn't give me the warrant. When you're betting on a team, it's like a combination of you like the team and you're fading the other spot. I don't think Illinois is a fade right now. If you're betting on the Tennessee game, that's how good Tennessee is this year. I think Tennessee is better than their 17th rank. You're muted.
I touched on it off the top. You know, Tennessee's 5-3, but you look at they went through Kansas, Purdue, North Carolina. Like, oh, that free throw barely went in. This shit's making me. This shit
Tennessee's a good ball club, man. They look good in that Maui Invitational.
I think so too. They could have won that game against Purdue. They only lost by 4. It was a good game, and then UNC they ran with them a little bit. That game should speak volumes to North Carolina's offense. The fact that they were able to put up 100 spot on this Tennessee defense.
I don't like North Carolina. I think they're dog shit still. Let them play a team. Let them play a good team, man. I'm telling you, man. They fold, man. They like to be the hammer, but not the nail.
Bro, why did I have to say something about them fucking playing a clean game? There's been a whistle on the last 5 fucking possessions now. Well, I know better than that.
This is a sweating hour. I did not know that. Oh my goodness, who was that dude that used to play on the Lakers years ago? He was Shaq's backup. His name was like Mark Madsen.
Mark Madsen? Yeah.
What about Shaq bought him a fucking car because he pulled up to the stadium in a minivan. I think he's the California head coach.
Yeah. All right. They are shooting well. They're winning right now.
Bro, they're shooting lights out, got her, bro. 5 for 6 for the 3-point line in the first half. God bless them, man.
Get the rebound.
You
Still
know,
a 5-point game here, 25-20.
That was not in my cap. Late night MMA, Brizzy, you
It's-
ready? Yeah, I
hey.
haven't even sent out the UFC card yet. I'm not a fan of this UFC card. There's 2 more cards left for the year. Just because there's fights offered doesn't mean that you have to slam every fight. And this is the first card that I'm really putting my foot down and saying, like, all right, bro, we could have slid without having this week. The last big bet that I have for the UFC this year is Kobe Covington.
Got to do a better job on the boards, Tennessee. Illinois is just getting too many offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Still a 6-point game. I was really hoping for another stop and score there so I could fucking hit the other side of this first half.
There's a game I am on.
Oh, what a
It's right-
pass down low, and you missed the dunk. What a fucking clown! How do you miss that dunk, man? Holy shit!
Sorry.
See, Mac, you got the Bush beer going? I want to hear this.
Yeah, dude, I'm already drinking, man. Like, come on. I can't be drinking my Budweiser. It's too,
I gotta
too
grab
full.
a drink right now.
Too-
This shit's gonna get hard.
Too
for me.
wild. And I took the last couple of days off. I'm on Santa Clara here, right down the street, Dollar Loan Center against New Mexico. There's no Mashburn for New Mexico. One thing, New Mexico can score, but they don't have the best defense. So I thought 10 was too much. I took Santa Clara.
I thought that
putting
line
that
was
out there.
too high too. It's like New Mexico, great team to back at the crib, but now we're going on the road, and I feel like the market's undervaluing Santa Clara. If you watch Santa Clara play this year, man, they could put the points up on the board.
Yeah, and when I hear no Mashburn, give me Santa Clara.
You got me thinking about that. It was a game I was that caught my interest, but I didn't get to the window with. That's on the night slate, right?
No, it's at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock
5 Eastern. 5 Eastern.
in
2
Vegas.
my time, or is it 11? I don't
I was
know.
gonna say-
It's on my. I have to look on the book.
I forgot you the Pacific time after we just had that conversation about you drinking beer.
Oh, it cracked right at 9. Can't be sober on the stream, Willie. Come on.
I know. I'm about to roll up in a second. Is this? If I smoked weed right now, I don't even think I would get high. This is a sweat. These California boys they got some bite to them today, man. They're hooping. Because Butler's not playing bad. It's just California's playing really fucking good today.
Yeah, a
And
team
well-
that can't shoot is shooting well.
Yeah, I mean, any team that goes 5 or 6 in the first half, man, they're gonna be winning at any game.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the 10. 9.5's fine. 9.5. It's probably moved a little bit with his news. I think that's fine.
Illinois just missed a three that would have tied the game. They're on a bit of a run right here. Tennessee seems like there's just a lid on the rim for them. Missing a
No, Rolling Rock's good. The problem is bottles. Drink too much beer. That click, clack, clack in the trash. Don't fuck around, Razor. But Rolling Rock, great beer.
I have Jameson with some coffee.
Beautiful.
Tennessee's got the ball up top, trying to drive, going to dish it back out top to Ziegler. Ziegler takes a few steps in. Was there a – oh, wow, they're just going to leave him for the dunk like that? James throws it down for Tennessee. I thought there was a whistle because nobody for Illinois even stepped into the paint. Put it back to a 5-point game here. 25-30 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock in the first half. Both of these teams have looked good. It's just been exactly what we thought it would be. A good game back and forth. Illinois with the dish outside, the shots up, and they're going to get another offensive rebound. It is the story of this game for Illinois. Come on, are we fucking...
Yeah, I'd rather drink beer out of a bottle too. But like I said, this is not like once a week. Yeah, a bottle of beer. But not regular. I'd rather have a draft beer, to tell you the truth. But like Razor, he's got a tap.
I'm going to pull up this line really quick. We haven't looked at this yet, but I need to see something really quick. I might throw 50 on Illinois. 1 second, everyone. I'm finding it. All right, so it's right. Shit, that's telling right there. The line's sitting at 7.5 full game, even with Tennessee up 5. Now Illinois is going to the free throw line, so it's presumably a 4 or a 3-point game. But
yeah, the 5.5s, 130. This is better online though. Numbers here.
this is kind of telling. Man, I've got Tennessee 3.5. I don't like the way it's feeling right now. If I could get even like an 8.5, I'd take Illinois to try and middle it, but they're showing a 5.5 live. When Tennessee was up 8, man, I needed one more fucking stop and score, and I was going to bet Illinois. That's it. I need one more stop and score, and they fucking missed a dunk. And yes, Al, you did see me use a torch to light my joint. I dab, so I use the torch when I dab, and I found that, you know what? Fuck keeping up with lighters because they just go dead and get lost all the time. So I just use this shit to light everything. To answer your question.
Yeah, they do have cans.
Go.
I bet you they have them at Lee's Discount Liquor or something like that. You find them.
What are you talking about? Rolling Rocks?
Yeah.
They have cans.
Oh, yeah, but not like just everywhere. Like
No,
you got to go to like a liquor store.
Yeah. Give him a break, Razor. Let him drink his Bush. All right. Bro, my buddy, I've got to send this to you.
I'm light beer. Hey, I'm light beer. You guys know from the beginning, I'm a Budweiser is my regular beer. I like all beer. It's just, when you drink enough, you spend enough. And like I said, in a trash can, so the bottle's like, come on. It's just give me a light beer and I'll pass crack a few.
My buddy does this bit, man, where he's like the Bushman. You have to see it, bro. It's way over the top. I told him he needed to come on our show at some point. He gets like fucking like over 100,000 views on his TikToks and shit when he does them, but they're just like,
really?
Yeah, they're just like, he just does dumb shit with Bush beer. Like he'll fucking open a beer in a funny way. I don't even know how to explain it. You just got to see it. He calls himself the Bushman. And he's just trying to get sponsored by him, and they still haven't fucking sponsored him.
I get Miller Lights too, because light beer, even though I love Budweiser, Bud Lights just aren't very good. Or Coors Light. Bush's sucks too. I mean, to tell you the truth. It's all light beers really sucks. I'm getting old. Fat. I don't need more beer.
Ron said Heineken. I like green bottle beer.
Me too. But like, I can't do that regularly. I couldn't drink Heineken.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Hennessy. God damn! Now two sips and I can't speak. What is wrong with me? Illinois is going to go 1-1 at the free throw line to make it 26-30. I tried to say Tennessee and I almost said Hennessy. Like the fuck. 4-point game here, sitting right at the number for me. This is not what I like to see. And Tennessee is going to miss an open three, but they will get the offensive rebound, pass the ball.
Man.
We've got time on the clock. Ziegler has the ball up top. He's going to dish it out for another missed three, and Illinois is going to get the rebound. I'm telling you, the lid feels like it's on the rim for Tennessee. Illinois pushes straight down the court. Going to get his shit thrown, though. Still going to stay Illinois ball here. 4-point game, 6:58 left.
I need Shannon to hit some fucking threes. Sorry, ass.
Was that him that just went for that layup? Yeah, that was him. He looks like he got hit in the face, and they didn't call it. I'm okay with that. They've called a foul the last fucking 17 possessions of this game, it feels like.
Yeah. Where are you at? 6:15? 6:14?
6:15. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. Aren't I usually ahead lately? I'm at 6:39.
Okay.
That's terrible, especially because college basketball so often will come down to the last shot. Tennessee's got the ball up top. Illinois' defense looks like it is locked in. Ziegler's going to drive here. You're going to have to go up, man. But he's going to dish it back outside for another deep three that's going to rim out. Can't keep taking these shots. Tennessee's not lit on the rim. I don't know how else to say it. Illinois hasn't taken advantage of this opportunity yet, though, because it's still sitting at a 4-point game. And I think the biggest lead for Tennessee has been 8 points in this game. So not much of a trade-off.
No.
Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to have to hoist a three. Shot clock violation on Illinois. That's that Tennessee defense right there. Shout out to our guy Preston in the chat, man. Good to see him in here. He was asking you something, C-Mac.
No, I've seen it all the stuff. No, I haven't gone to Durango yet. Looks nice.
Is that the new casino in Vegas?
Yeah, right off the 215 in Durango.
How new is it?
Brand new. It opened like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, wow. Tennessee, again, don't call that offensive, man. Terrible. I don't like that call. Illinois is going to get called for with the rule change, man. There's no way that's a charge. Last year, maybe, but God, put the fucking whistles up. Charge on Tennessee. Yeah, that's a charge. I don't know what I'm saying. Shannon did a good job getting in place right there. Charge on Tennessee.
Hit some shots. 106. Not going to cut it.
Hell yeah, Smoke and Mirrors. He said he's joining us with a fatty and a cold beverage. That's what I like to hear. Let us know what you got bet too, Smoke. Everybody in the chat, let us know if you've moved on anything since we started talking. I want to know what everybody's action is. I'll go over my card again here in just a bit. The shit gets intense for me right here, and it's the fact that it stayed a 4-point game for so long is not going to stay that way anymore. Tennessee is going to only have a 2-point lead here with the ball at 5 minutes.
Yeah, this total's at 152.5.
Somebody do something. Cut to the rim and give the ball up. Don't look good, man. This first half feels just about dead here, even with how close it still is. 30-28. Illinois got the ball. How long has it been since Tennessee scored? Fuck. Oh, there, it's showing it right there. They haven't scored in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. And Illinois is going to take the lead for the first time in the game. I should have bet Illinois when I was looking at it. I already knew. Live betting basketball is – I should just stop pre-betting it and only live bet it. I'm serious, bro. It's so clear. Like, when this run started for Illinois, like it's been clear as day that Tennessee can't score all of a sudden. You can't miss a dunk, bro. How the fuck you miss a dunk off that pass?
That Gruyere guy, he's already got 12 points and 3 threes. He averages 6 fucking points. So he's just red hot.
Good move by Ziegler, but he's going to miss his shot. Oh, no. It's going to give him a lucky bounce. Wow, this game sucks right now for me. Tennessee takes the lead back 32-31.
Timeout.
Hit the court.
Illinois.
They got a timeout.
Yeah, they just took a timeout.
I thought that would have been a jump ball, but I guess Ziegler didn't have his hands on the ball. Back and forth they go.
Yeah, that Illinois. It was just juiced a lot. I gave it this. Took a 4.5 first half. Missed it.
Pulling up these lines here because I will bet this at halftime. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, obviously, but I will bet something. When I looked at it and saw 7.5 when it was a 5-point game, that told me what I already knew, that Illinois was the side right there.
So you bet Arkansas?
Yeah, I took Arkansas first half. Spread sitting at 4.5 right now, full game. Juice to Tennessee. Total sitting at 151.5. Don't have a feel on the total, but man, I might bet Illinois here soon. I might just wait till half. Do you have any feel on anything in this, C-Mac?
No, just like I wanted to do. I just didn't want to bet it. Back and forth. I think if Illinois takes the lead later on, you look at Tennessee, but
Sure.
maybe just to win the game at the end. But yeah, I don't think you fuck around right now. Yeah, there's 3 minutes left. Just wait till halftime and then go on to the second half. Kentucky's up 10. South Carolina's up 5. Troy, Dayton, 15-14. Yeah, and Cal shooting it well, 37-31 for the early scores.
Philly said he likes Tennessee too, or likes Illinois too. Tennessee can't score. That's what I was saying. It looks like there's a lid over the bucket for them right now.
Yeah, I have that pulled up. Give me one sec. From last night.
Stano dropping all his bets right here. I got him highlighted. I'm on Ohio State also. I took Ohio State 2.5 in the first half. I think this is a good spot for Ohio State. I think Penn State's going to keep having a down year. I mean, a simple answer is over, right? Markel asked if we had thoughts on the Pacers game. I'm going to be honest, Markel, with all these games today in college basketball, I was going back and forth on shit all night last night. So I didn't look at that one much.
Yeah, DePaul is at home, but I don't buy the move to them. -2. Louisville's not great. But DePaul's defense has been just so awful.
Hell yeah,
this year.
DePaul, yeah, they've been off bad. So giving up tons of points per game this year. I don't have numbers in front of me.
Yeah, it's awful. I got them here. Yeah, their ranks for their defense is just the shits. The problem is Louisville is a ways away from being anything. But I think they got a shot. That's not a game I want to bet, but
Tennessee's applying a little bit of full court pressure here. Good pass down low for Illinois. Bad shot. Tennessee gets a rebound. 3 minutes and 10 seconds on my clock. I know some people have different. 32-31. Tennessee leads by 1 point with the ball. And another 3 rims out because Tennessee can't fucking shoot.
I don't like Army. There's a couple threes I've seen pop up for a minute at least. I do think Army's better, but Navy has been better stopping the run. We know both these teams, Army, Navy, want to stop it. If I got the 3, I was almost going to bet Navy in that football game. It's tough even to lay 2.5 when, we got a total of 28 here, of course.
Over the back foul on Tennessee. Tennessee can't fucking shoot. Stop taking threes and go to the rim. How many threes am I going to watch them miss right here, man? Fuck. Oh, great. It's going to send fucking Illinois to the line, too, man. I can't fucking stand this shit right now. 32-32. They're going to hit the first free throw. Just fucking missing shot after shot after shot, bro. Like, holy shit.
Someone put Billy's on LSU, who's just in here. Cab's on the other side. For a question there in the chat.
Yeah, I'm coming back right now. I'm in the kitchen. I lost the first half full game bet on Butler, but we're getting back in on the money line right now. I mean, you got the parlay going. You got to roll time, baby. Roll time.
Willie Beeman.
Illinois
I can't lay it with Auburn. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay off that game. Do you have anything?
I can't
Indiana,
lay
Auburn?
it with Auburn either, C-Mac. It's like
No.
Indiana, granted, like it's a hard team to evaluate, but they're not as bad as these sports book betting lines have been putting out. I mean, they just won +7.5 in Michigan for the first time in a decade.
Yeah, Michigan is down, but it's just a little early. I do like Auburn. Their defense isn't that great. I don't want to be laying that 7.5 right there at State Farm Arena. Dude, Shannon missed 3. This guy can't hit a shot either.
Shout out Nate, man. He said, "Where's that voice coming from?" That's Billy in the back. You know that, Nate.
I'm getting my weed shit together.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
man.
Navy.
What, you want to see my fucking mom's kitchen?
Tennessee misses another 3. What a shock. One minute on the clock, and they miss another shot, bro. They did. I don't hate the bet that I made. I mean, if they could just make fucking anything, they'd be fine. But they can't. 58 seconds on the clock. Tennessee's got the ball. I mean, fucking A, this is fucking painful to watch, man. And what's crazy is they were shooting good early, so their numbers don't look that bad, but they have been so cold for the last fucking 10 minutes. So cold. For any chance, I have to get points here. Ziegler's going to take a shot right about the free throw line and not even get the ball over the rim. It's going to hit the very front of the rim. I mean, so bad. So bad. Shout out to anybody who had Illinois first half because you have already cashed your ticket. That I am sure of.
Yeah.
I'm going to fill up my drink. I'll be right back. We'll look at the halftime lines.
Oh, he missed a 3. Look at me. Jeez. Yeah, you just hit it. 36-34. 10 seconds. Time out. Tennessee.
Did you have
What
a
else
bet
you
on
got
the
on
Tennessee
it?
game?
No. I got a couple
Sketchy
plays on
game,
front.
right? Like, I feel like Illinois is better than what my public perception of them is.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed the last 2 games to go at the rack, beat up on Rutgers, and then beat up on FAU at MSG.
Facts. Like, those are 2 legit dubs. Like, those aren't no bullshit W's at the crib playing no bullshit school that we ain't never heard of.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy, what do you got going? You got anything? Pacers,
Yeah, I got
Lakers?
Oh my God, man. That is a game that I wanted to. Those are just one of those games as a capper. You got to ask yourself, how
Yeah.
much do you love the Lakers? It's like the Scott Foster angle was in play Thursday night.
Did you see his black eye? He's fucking
Bro, I
on his
lost
face.
so much. You know why you got a black eye, Connor? I lost so much money on that +4.5 Rockets game when they were supposed to make the tournament. And they
Oh,
ended
so
up,
I was on that with you. The
yes,
foul with fuck
that
off.
was the next game Scott Foster ref was that Lakers game. So it was like, Scott, bro, you had to get your ass whooped by the public, bro. I can't imagine how many Vegas gambler or not Vegas, Philadelphia, because Scott Foster had a problem. Not Scott Foster. Tim Donaghy had a problem with the Philadelphia mob, the sports
Yeah.
betting. I can't
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
how motherfuckers was about to whoop his ass over that Rocket shit the other night, bro. I was gonna beat him up, and I'm a Scott Foster guy.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't
I was
lost me a ton of money. You know, I take a lot of his unders in playoffs game, but that was fucked the other night.
Bro, that was
Yeah,
just
man.
like irrationally fucked. So he owed us one for LeBron game. I mean, I'm watching that Lakers game. Scott calls LeBron gets the ball in the post in the first play of the game. Boop, foul, Herb Jones. Second play of the game. Boop, foul, Herb Jones. Then LeBron hits 4 straight 3-pointers. So, like, told you everything you needed to know.
Lucas, I didn't bet it. I'd only be on the under though. In that
I would only
game.
pick the fucking Lakers, bro. I swear to God. The Pacers are a good basketball team. Don't get me wrong. But
Well, they want to see the Lakers win. Oh, real quick on that hockey game too. A lot of money. Just looking at the money on the over. You know, at open 6 down to 5.5. Just to put it out there. So I wanted. But yeah, go ahead. The Lakers.
Bruins, Coyotes. You said where's the money coming in at again?
The over. And that game is down to 5.5.
Babana was telling us something on Thursday about how he got a report that the Bruins locker room is dealing with illness and sickness throughout the locker room. So
that's from his buddy that writes for the team and stuff. I forget his name. That does the show, yeah. Forget his name, goddammit.
That makes sense though. Phyllis says Lakers -4 for everything I got. I wouldn't do that, man. Never go full money line bank account on a fucking NBA game. On a college game, I'll let it slide for you. If you got your angle and you want to unload the rest of your bank account on a college game, be it. Be God bless with you, but not in an NBA basketball game. You can only bet half units in the NBA before Christmas. You can't just slam shit for fucking 3 units, or as they say in Vegas, you know those people down there in Vegas, Connor, 10-unit whale play, come buy my play today.
It's like, what the fuck?
So
30 unit.
Just say you're putting $1,000 on the game, man.
Yeah, just say you're putting like $5,000, 30 unit, must hit, fucking banger, click clack clack, whatever the fucking jeez Louise.
Oh man.
Only once
by my place. So just tell
Even Winter down there in Vegas, I know he fucking always does whenever I look at his Instagram video. He's always doing the fucking thing in the Circuit Casino. Like, my analytics and my guys are telling me that this is a lock today. You want to get this 30-unit wheel, this 30 fucking unit whale play today? You got to come join the Telegram. Like, what the
fuck is that?
I tell you, I track everything at 1 unit just for like publicity purposes, but I don't bet everything at 1 unit, bro. Some things I bet a lot, some things I don't bet a lot. Like, but for posting purposes, I'm not even gonna say that shit. I'm just like, here's what I'm betting. Like, do what you want with it. You know what I mean? This is what I'm betting.
One thing that I've actually incorporated is putting more emphasis on why I'm betting the spot. What is the model play? Maybe you might pick up, hey, Bill bets usually on a West Coast team traveling East Coast, or East Coast team traveling West Coast. And maybe that might help you with your capping. I don't think me putting my unit size on something, unless it's UFC related, is really helping you.
Yeah, exactly. I get it. And, you know, sometimes live, I'll see a spot live where I want to unload more than I bet pregame. It, like, honestly. But, you know, shout out to our guy, Stano. He said he was able to get on an under that is looking good for him. We can pull up these numbers now that we're at halftime, and we'll all give our opinions. And if we're betting it, we'll let us know. We'll let you guys know. If either of you guys see something you want to bet, don't hesitate, because I think we got a good game here. It's going to take me a second to get this line up.
I bet Butler live, money line. Chalky, but I mean, dude, I got it in a parlay and I already just lost the first half full game bet. Got to double down, right?
Right. Razor, he put a question in the chat. He said, if you're betting bigger amounts on different plays, don't you want the followers to know? So shout out to Razor. I like what you do, man. You give out your money. You just tell people the amount of money that you're betting on it. If I was doing that, then I think that's the best way to go. But I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm a creature of habit, and I didn't know like exactly what like was the expected. So
I'll tell Razor straight up. There was a play I put out last year, and I said it was in March, and it was an NBA play, and it was Johnny Davis to have over 15.5 points. And it was like, I put it out for the public. It was like the big max play of the week or whatever. Bro, could you have not? Homie had 14 points at halftime. My Twitter mentions are blowing up. Johnny's looking good. Johnny's looking good. Johnny's looking good. Comes out in the second half and goes 0 for 9 to end up losing the bet. I said, I'll never put that shit out on fucking social media again. I'm just putting out, playing the information. Whatever you want to do with it is what you want to do with it. I'm not putting out, I got this amount of money on this game. You should come tail. Because then what happens? People tail and then they end up fucking losing. And then everybody's looking at each other like, whoa, dude, what the fuck, man? And I don't
even respond.
You lose? You're telling me you fucking lose, Billy? Get out of here.
I don't respond to the negative energy, bro, when I'm posting because people always say shit when you lose, and then like it's rare when you win. There's real people who show support when you win, but it's like
It's a little different though when I'm losing because I'm losing. I'm not losing on like a plus 300 or a plus 250.
No, bro. I try and
probably a little juicy.
I try and have betting be a fucking part of my income. It's not a fucking none of it's a joke, man. That's why I just ignore that shit. But speaking of. The second half line is Tennessee 5.5. Regular it's -110 both ways. Illinois plus 5.5. Money line for Illinois is plus 255. The total is sitting at 76.5. Obviously Tennessee won't keep shooting as bad as they just were, but both of those defenses, when it became clutch time in that second half, what stood out to me was not the offense on either side. It was both of the defenses that really seemed like they were playing. Barring overtime, I think the second half look might be the under 76.5. As much as I want to take a side here, that's probably where I'd be at. What do you guys think about this? Either the side or
I can't bet no Tennessee Illinois game, man. I just have a bad read on Illinois. I think that they're not that good, but they keep on winning games. So maybe I'm in the same boat. Good.
I'm in the same boat, man. My knee-jerk reaction is just to get back on my cap, which was Tennessee, because if they could have just made a couple of those fucking literally like two of the fucking shots 30 that they missed there before half, they cover that first half. Like,
I don't blame me. That's why I ended up jumping on Butler live. I mean, if California shoots 56% from the 3-point line for the game, then so be it. I'll fucking lose, but
they're not going to.
Damn, Mississippi State.
So you took Butler live because their second half line is 6.5 right now. What is the score on that game at halftime?
37-34. That line opened up for the second half at 4.5, and it went up to 5.5 at -128, which deservedly so makes sense. And that was
shit. Well, Butler already hit a 3 because I'm looking at this line, but it's obviously stale because the second half just started. So it's tied already. I like Butler still. I don't think anybody missed it. I think if you like Butler, you've tail our guy Billy. Just because he doesn't have a bet in the game that we're looking at doesn't mean he doesn't have a bet. He just gave you guys a live look. I like that, Billy.
I think they pull away here in the second half.
A lot of love for LSU, by the way, guys. There's threes coming everywhere in that game now.
Really?
Connor, the line opened up at -110. It went up to -165.
I know.
I'm on the wrong side of that game. I already know because of the line, but it's just like LSU has been so fucking bad the last 2 years, and
they have a 7'1" center who can fucking hoop. If the kid can stay out of foul trouble for one fucking game, in the Syracuse game, he picked up 2 fouls in like the first 2 minutes of the game. They subbed him out and they got smoked by Syracuse. If that kid can keep his shit together, I think his name is Mike Bone, or it's like Mike something, whatever the
Mike
fuck.
Jones.
He's 7'1". The dude can shoot threes. He can drive the lane. He's a game changer in college basketball. He looks like a pro, in my opinion. And I don't think while Kansas State's good, they don't have pro players like they did last year. That team had pro players last year. Keontae Johnson and who was their point guard that ended up going to Toronto's Marquise Noel, I think his name was. Whatever the fuck. Those are pro
that guard, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think LSU has the more
DePaul. I don't know. Yeah, DePaul's moving. I don't want that then. I don't want DePaul. I don't want Louisville. I don't want that game. You got a shit ton of games.
Basketball games to bet on today. That is not one that you should throw money on.
Two bad teams, two shitty shooting teams. DePaul's so bad defensively. I don't even know, even at home, if they should be laying a few points.
I know this is dirty, fucking dirty. I don't know. And this is irresponsible. So do what you want with the information that I'm telling you about that. But I'm throwing $75 in the under in the second half. I can lose $75, so it's not a big deal. I'm just saying it's irresponsible because I don't love it, and I like to bet things that I love. We saw 70 points in that first half. Like I said, I think what'd you say?
It's the bets that you don't want to make that end up cashing.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm saying so. And I just don't. The defenses are what shined. I don't think Tennessee keeps shooting as bad as they were by any means. That game was both offenses came out on fire, hitting their shots, and then both offenses cooled off immensely. I don't think either of them stay that cold, but I think the trend is that the defenses are what are going to stand out here in the second half. So that's what I'm going with. This is just my eyes, so take that with what you want. Ron said he got on Butler at -4.5 in the first half. Good live look right there, man. That was a good line with them. Yeah, Noel's with the Raptors. This is K-State's guard you guys are talking about.
Ron Lofton, I got fucked on that first half, bro. I had the first half full game. Thought I was getting cute, trying to bring down the juice. But you know what they say. They ain't trying to let motherfuckers – they ain't trying to pay out halftime and full game on -500 lines.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice, Ian. That's good to have a goal, man, with what you're doing. He said he's strictly a recreational bettor, but his goal is to net $31 a day. That is $10K a year, and that's a car payment. I like it. I like the goals. I like the vision, man.
Well, nowadays there's
Shannon sucks, Lucas. Guys, it's ice cold, man.
There's not that big of a gap.
Explode at any moment. He's their go-to guy.
Oh, I know. I mean, he's just cold though. He has a day.
Yeah, he will take the shots in clutch moments, though.
What do you guys feel about that Marquette game today? Too many points?
What is it? And they're coming off that big win against Texas, bro. Marquette scares the fuck out of me after being
20.5-point favorites over Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't want it. I liked Marquette against Texas the other day. I didn't bet it, and I was like, fuck.
Bro, Texas.
Right. It was one of those spots.
That was one of those games where if you watch it versus like just look at the numbers, you would have saw two completely different things. Texas was winning for the first half. They not just like covering the spread, but winning the half, like 18 minutes and 20 seconds out of the 20 minutes. But Marquette got so hot so fast from three. It was just like
that's what I talked about.
Bro.
When I talked to Mike on the show, I said if they get that, they'll roll because they've been cold from three. They were like shooting it horrible. They were like at 31,
35%, somewhere in there. That was just a picture memory that I just quoted. So you're probably right.
It was 31%.
Okay.
Bella says UCLA upset. Nah, bruh. Villanova bounces back today, man. They had a shit schedule.
UCLA.
You like UCLA too? Let's hit that game in a minute. But first, shout out to our guy Perfect Rotation. He just became a YouTube member.
Nova's in trouble, Billy.
You don't understand how important that support is. A lot of channels will scam you into paying for shit just to get picks and shit. We don't do that here. We're gonna give it to you no matter what. But if you appreciate what we do, that $4.99
become a member.
Yeah, that shit goes a long ways, for real. So shout out to you, my man, and everybody in the green. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to the green.
Man, let's get
Kelly, Able A. Let's hit that UCLA game. I am on another
money
game.
In the pockets here. Connor, tell us why you like UCLA. I know you probably watched them all year this year nonchalantly. So, what's the cap? Why is – because that line opened up at -154, and when I looked at it today, it was -185 Villanova for a reason, I feel like. Villanova bounced back at the crib.
About exactly. That's why I'm not, crazy, but I just think Villanova – we saw it last year. They just have issues. That offense just isn't very good. I don't really love the defense. So they're not. And they've lost 2 in a row. Then they lose that game to K-State. This should be the bounce back at home. But I think UCLA is just gritty, and they still have some stuff to go through. But I think they just hang in that game. And, with their defense, we see this total's low. And they could grind it out, at least, be within the number there.
I will say from watching a lot of Nova games this year, the games that they're losing, bro, teams are shooting fucking crazy numbers. St. Joe's University, the game that they beat Nova, they shot 70% from the 3-point line when they played against Penn.
Sometimes that's going to happen.
Yeah, Penn shot above 60% of the 3-point line. When they played Kansas State the other day, they lost the game. That game going to overtime, right? If I'm not to be mistaken, that game went to overtime.
Can somebody tell me?
They're not
That-
losing bad games.
What?
I was just going to say, somebody in the chat that can hear, right? Because we can't have the sound on for copyright purposes. Does this stadium feel like it's rocking right now? Because there's one thing I'm going to look for second half. If Illinois hops out early and I get Tennessee on the money line, I might throw a couple $100 on it because I do think they win this game, but I don't want to cover any number with them. That's it.
Perfect rotation says Nova's bullies.
Rick Barnes.
I agree. That's a good way to analyze it because when they played against North Carolina, I was talking about how North Carolina, they like to be the hammer but not the nail, and Villanova is bringing the fucking hammer to them, and North Carolina kind of were like self-destructing. When I mean self-destructing, like unforced error turnovers, swinging the ball across the court, the shit's going out of bounds.
Well, we started the second half here with the same shit we saw in the first half. Tennessee throwing up a three and hitting the rim, fucking just brick after they've literally fucking put up a new fucking arena already.
Cali, man, they are looking like a squad today, man. Definitely not a team that – this is definitely not the California Bears that I thought was fading today.
Somebody better hold me to what I just said because it's going to be hard to pull the trigger if we see –
and one, bro, that's a foul.
How far ahead of me are you? Where are you watching this game or something else?
I'm watching Fox Sports 1.
Where are you at, Cab?
1903, 1902.
Me too. Okay. I'm right there here.
It's 38-34. Trying to pull the game into my book also. Looks like Tennessee got a steal, or maybe it was a missed shot. I wasn't looking. Trying to find the fucking line. There are so many basketball games going on right now. Of course, you got to understand my book has like everything you can imagine, but still. And
Rick,
fucking
this is Brick City, man.
This shit is gross. Hey, the good news is I would love to see no points. The less points, the better. So.
Don Player asked us a question. He said, should we take Alabama today? They will give Purdue a run for their money. Man, that's a hard game to cap, man. That shit's overseas. It's in Canada. Zach Edey's from Canada. The public is fucking aiming Purdue. So it's like, I don't know, man. That shit ain't in America. That's overseas to me.
That's overseas. That's just overseas today, man.
From Alabama, it is considered overseas, man. I can't imagine what that flight is like.
So we touched on it. Billy's on LSU, and I've got K-State first half, but I'm not feeling great about that bet at all with the line movement. Later game, Gonzaga, Washington. You guys got any thoughts on that one? I know that's the last game to tip tonight, I think.
You know, I really like Washington. I had them against Colorado State. They just missed not covering. I didn't have a ton of money on it because I wanted 6 or 7 in that game. I think that's similar, even though as much as I like Washington, this might be short enough where I think Gonzaga could cover. You know? But, I need to see Gonzaga more and more to bet.
I got to see Gonzaga more and more to bet, but my initial lean was if I see a top 25 team playing on the road, more times than not, the sports books are kind of overvaluing them in the market. But
of course,
you look at the numbers of the top 25 teams when they're playing on the road, specifically this year, they're taking L's left and right, outright. Not even covering the points; they're just taking outright L's. So I lean towards Washington.
Washington is a lot better. Like I've talked about, their guards are really good. Like this isn't a wild travel spot though for Gonzaga. I mean, it's just right down the way, but. I'm not going to bet it. I need more with Washington.
I would need more.
Four wasn't enough with Colorado State. It wasn't enough for me. I fucking lost by the point. I fucking lost by 5.
I know exactly what you mean, Connor. Like, those lines are so sharp that if you're telling yourself, like, I need a couple more points, you probably going to need those couple more points. Like,
yes, exactly.
So let me tell you guys where I'm at with it. I took Gonzaga in the first half, but like I don't have their numbers. I'll pull them up, but I'm telling you right now, I don't even know what they are, and I know that Gonzaga from the free throw line is not shooting well this season, and I will not take them full game because we know in college basketball, if the game is close, or in fucking the NBA, any fucking basketball, if the game's close, you know what happens at the end of the game, right? Free throws are going to be shot. Gonzaga, the one game that I bet them full game at the end of the game, missed every fucking free throw that they took. I needed them to cover a 5-point spread, and they won by 4. Where is this game at?
That goes back to the conversation we were having earlier about stud players that can get you 25 or 30 points in college basketball are so crucial because you could put those guys in the free throw line at the end of the game and you're not sweating.
Free throw percent. There we go. 68.6%, 246 in the nation. Fuck that.
Robert Franklin puts in the chat, Wichita State minus 4.5. That was a game I was looking at. I saw that game was at a neutral site court.
Yeah, I can look it up.
Super weird because I look back and anytime Wichita is at the crib, I'm backing them. They have one of the best.
That's what I want.
Explain this to me, all right? Gonzaga puts up 87.3 points per game. That's 12th in the nation. They do it on a 51% clip, which is 11th. But and they don't shoot bad, 35.5% from 3, which is 91st, which is above average. But from the free throw line, they're 68.6. It's because they don't give a fuck. And I saw it with my eyes, man. This team is so cocky when they get to the free throw line, they just fucking shoot and don't care. And it's sickening to watch.
I just don't think Gonzaga is as good as they were. I mean, obviously the Gonzaga conversation, I just don't think they're as good as they were in years prior. I mean, I get it. The Nemhard trans is on the team this year, and his fucking brother looks good in the NBA, but he ain't his brother. He ain't better than him.
Tennessee with a big basket there. It's going to be and 1 going to the free throw line for a 3-point opportunity. Nice shot. $18 minutes in this second half. So, yeah, I am on Gonzaga first half because I don't got to worry about the free throws in the first half. Washington, I'm going to butcher his name because I'm not looking at it, but what is it? Xavier Washington? What is it? Xavier Washington, the transfer from Kentucky? That's his name, right? Wheeler. What the fuck? Wheeler. I knew that. I said Washington because it is Xavier Wheeler. Who the fuck gets somebody's first name right and not their last name?
It's hard, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, like, usually it's like a last name basis in sports. Like, how am I going to
college basketball, man? The way with the transfer portal and stuff, like, bro, these kids are fucking hopping teams quicker than they're hopping to their next bitch. Like,
bro, all I know is I know exactly who I'm talking about, though, right? The transfer from Kentucky, Xavier Wheeler. There we go. 16.1 points per game. He balled out at Kentucky last year, but Kentucky just didn't fit. Something was off, so it makes sense that he transferred. He's a smaller guy, but he plays, man. He's a baller. So I told myself if Washington was an underdog this year, I'd look their way just because I'd have him at the point.
Dabby Cab. Let me see. I gotta check these scores real quick. See if we can get any live lines.
Stop blowing the whistle, refs. I need no points here. Yeah, check these scores and let me know because I did take that under in the second half here.
The game I really wanted to bet today was the Penn Quakers. They're playing in the Wells Fargo Center. You would think that Villanova would be playing in the Wells Fargo Center, but as I digress, Penn's playing Kentucky in the Wells Fargo Center, and as much as I wanted to back Penn in that spot, man, if you look at Kentucky's guards, dude, all those kids are from New Jersey and Philadelphia and shit like that. Bro, they probably got their friends, their uncles, their mom's kids, their fucking homies that they grew up with, probably all in the stands. And it was just a game I wanted to bet the over in. But now we're kind of getting to that spot where if I think that Penn's going to score, we're hovering around 154.5 live line. And I had that capped in the 160s. I haven't pulled the trigger at it yet because I haven't had eyes on the game. But Penn's starting to come back a little bit here. Penn made a run here. It's 57-61. So if that's another game to keep your eye on. And then Eastern Carolina, they're playing South Carolina. I think South Carolina is overrated, man. I don't think they're as good as their 7-1 record is. East Carolina could be good plus money at home live right now. And then the other one that's about to come up is Florida State in South Florida. I think it's 6 out of the last 7 of South Florida's games have gone over in the first half. Doesn't really ideally scenario fit when you have Florida State coming in, but usually the reason why the first halves in their games are going over is they're either blowing out teams or they're getting blown out. So 68.5 at -120, I thought was a gettable line. If you're looking just to fire off some plays because we're on the live stream, that would be one I would lean towards the over in the first half. South Florida has a ridiculous first half trend going over. It's really weird.
And when you say fire off plays too, for anybody looking for action, like I got you. I don't even have to give. I've given breakdowns. We've talked about pretty much all of these games. I think Ohio State, Penn State, maybe we haven't got into. But my card for the rest of the day, Kansas State +1.5 first half. We've gone back and forth about that game all day. I don't even like my bet on it. Arkansas first half +1.5. I do like my bet there. Ohio State first half -2.5. I like my bet there. And then Gonzaga first half. I like my bet there. So it's, action across the board. I took the under in the second half. If Tennessee falls down by, 6 or 7, I might take them live. But looks like right now that it's going to be back and forth, just like that first half was. And if it's going to stay back and forth, I guess Illinois might be your look. One of our guys in the chat asked about the Auburn-Indiana game.
Too many points.
Too many points, probably, yeah. Auburn has lost their last 2 games, and they're coming home, which is always, you look at like even Arkansas coming up against Duke. Like you always got to be careful.
This game's a neutral site game in
neutral. So
that's the reason why I said today's slate's a little bit different because it's finals week. So a lot of these teams are playing neutral site games on Saturday. And dude, you're telling me that Indiana's catching 8 at a neutral site game? I mean,
I don't think it's 8 anymore.
I get it though. Auburn, you would think they would obviously have more fans in the arena and stuff like that. But I understand why people are betting Auburn. Indiana, they're really led by Ware Ware is under his point prop in 4 out of his last 8 games and 3 out of 3 away from home for Indiana. And he's going to be getting the Johnny Broom treatment, one of the best interior defenders in the nation. Auburn's only allowing 44.7 field goals in the paint, which is way better than their 50.6% percentage from last year. And Ware does most of his points in the paint. So now you're betting on Indiana's guards winning them the game. That's why the line's at 7.5, because if your stud player, we talked about this earlier, if your stud player is going under his point prop, it ain't looking too good for you in that game. Like you're going to need other people to step up. And now you're gambling on 18, 19-year-old kids. And I mean, granted, we're betting on 18, 19-year-old kids, but I'm betting on the ones that I think that are better than their superior peers.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, like the first loss this year for Auburn against Baylor, that's not, that doesn't catch me off guard. But that loss last game against Appalachian State, the 64-69, I mean, I don't think anybody saw that coming. Auburn doesn't, from deep, you talked about, some of their stuff here. They're only shooting 29.6% from 3, which is, that's terrible. That's abysmal. And Hoosiers, they play really good defense. So I agree with it being too many points here. I think the Hoosiers can lock down. Hoosiers held Maryland only 35% shooting just 2 games ago. Michigan was only able to shoot 24% from beyond the arc on Tuesday. It's a good lockdown defense. And I just, for a team like the Tigers that's struggling, I think this game goes under, and I think it's too many points. I think Indiana's the side.
Kelly McKinney says overseas in Canada, LOL. In my model, I have games outside of America just listed as overseas. Whatever you want to slice and dice it, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it ain't America. I'm sorry.
Billy's like, Mexico, Canada, overseas. Get it or get lost. You all right? We're staying overseas. It doesn't matter. Continents, I don't know. Overseas.
I bet you took a flight from Alabama to fucking Canada. That shit feels like overseas. You could probably. I want to know if the flight to Alabama to the UK is shorter than it is to Canada, because it might be.
Alabama to the UK
I don't
or
know.
Alabama? I don't know, bro. Globes aren't even like actually like. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably Canada's shorter, but I don't know. Like, what part of Canada, right? Are you going to the fucking east coast of Canada?
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm saying. Where's the game at in Canada again?
I don't know.
It's in Toronto. It's in Ontario.
So it's on the east coast.
Yeah.
Just never mind. See, I was gonna. Billy, you're on the east coast. I was about to say that's the shitty coast in Canada, just like in the United States.
That's the shitty. Nah, that's the shitty coast in Canada for real. Nah, but I heard Toronto's popping though. If you live in Canada, you either want to live in Vancouver or Toronto or Edmonton. I heard.
No,
Edmonton.
you want to live in Kelowna, bro. I lived in Kelowna for one summer with like a host family because I was on a summer team, a baseball team up there when I was in college. And Kelowna is like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. I'm telling you, British Columbia is fucking amazing.
To be honest with you, man, I don't think I'm going. There's a lot of places I want to see in my life. I don't think Canada is really on that list. It's too
Kelowna's
cold.
pretty, man.
Shit. I do fuck the Canadians, though. I love the Canadians. But I just don't think I would ever want to go to Canada. Like, unless I'm being paid to go there, I'm not going out my way to go see it.
Kevin, shout out to our
Shouts
guy,
to
Kevin
Edmonton,
K.
though. Shouts to Edmonton. Edmonton Oilers last night. Go money, baby.
Bro,
Yeah,
everybody in the chat that's Canadian, let us know. And also tell me, is Kelowna like known as like a beautiful place in Canada? Because I swear that has to be like one of the prettiest places on the planet.
If they're from Canada, they're probably thinking these dumbass Americans.
Well, I hope so. Oh, good hands by Ziegler. He's going to get a steal up top, get the ball, pass it. Tennessee is going to take the lead 45-44 with 15-20 to play here in the second half. Never got my opportunity here live.
Ooh, Director 97's posted some good stats in the chat. If you guys got some stats in the chat, don't be afraid to post them. I'll read them all for you. Indiana's 5-10 ATS in their last 15 games played on a Saturday. Best bet, lay the points for Auburn. Boom. That's a good little stat. Can you? I actually don't even care if they're fucking non-conference or conference.
Saturday.
But I would be interested to know: does that 5-10 include non-conference and conference?
Our guy Ramon Scott. I don't know if you look at your Twitter DMs, but I sent you the link, by the way, Ramon, like way before the show ever started, because you're always welcome up here with us, my man. He asked me if I played in Alaska. I didn't. I was either going to go to Kelowna or Alaska. Those were like the two options, and I chose Kelowna because I didn't want to. I don't know. I thought the
just the name Alaska itself just has bad American thoughts. You say Alaska, you go, don't want to live there anywhere else.
There you go. See, some of the people, if I ever hit the lottery, I'm moving to British Columbia. I'm telling you, those waters, they're glacier lakes, Billy. So there's like nothing in the water, and they're just like clear, beautiful water.
Is it cold though?
In the summertime, you can swim in it. In the summertime, I mean, we were going to the beach pretty much every day.
I'm telling you right now, shouts to Jersey, love New Jersey, great online sports betting state. But man, when it's fucking cold in these months, when I leave this state, I hope I'm going to a warmer state. Never a state like West Virginia.
San Antonio.
West Virginia is fucking colder than fucking New Jersey.
Oh, get that shit out of here. Tennessee goes up to the rim and gets shit thrown. Good back and forth defense here. 3-point game now. Can Butler run away with this, Ron? Come on, Lexicon. Everybody and Billy for my guys. Let's get that. Come on, Butler.
I got it. I'm holding off on sending out this UFC card because of this fucking Butler game right now.
So what's your UFC? Give the people what they want, Beeman.
Is a peculiar one, Connor. My best bet of the card is Anthony Smith.
Oh,
Khalil
he's
Roundtree.
fighting?
Yeah, fight the start round 2. The over 1.5 is -110. And my cap
Man.
behind it is this. Anthony Smith's coming in on short notice. The dude that Khalil Roundtree was about to fight ain't as big as fucking Anthony Smith. So now you're fighting a dude where he had the size and reach advantage. Now he doesn't have the size and reach advantage. My Pub Sports Radio prediction in that fight will be Anthony Smith to win by decision. But man, I want to get to the betting window with it. But I think where I've fallen short in the UFC is getting too enamored by the sides and just betting on the total. Like betting on the fight total and eliminating the side has been very profitable for me. And I think we see 5 minutes go in that fight. I think we see 7.5 minutes go in that fight. That line doesn't make sense. Fight to start round 2 -140. Now the other shit's
right.
like parlay shit, like fucking song
Yeah.
your dog. Like I got to figure out, do I want to use FanDuel, bet the fucking 3-4-5 prop, or do I want to just say fuck it and just bet song your dog inside the distance? Because I actually think he fucking knocks him out.
Song. Yeah, down. He's
Yeah,
fighting
down.
today?
Yeah, he's fighting in the main event today, man. Connor, he's moving up in the world, man. This card's supposed to be in Shanghai. Now it's back in Vegas because, for financial reasons. And he's fighting.
I'm going to take a look at it.
But a lot of people are betting fight not to go the distance, which I also think is a good bet. Because if Chris Gutierrez does win, it would probably be by some leg kick and bullshit. But Song Yadong spent damn near a decade, it feels like. But it's been like 7-8 years. He's been in the UFC since he's like 19 years old at Uriah Faber's camp, which is all wrestlers. Dude, if you haven't learned how to wrestle in the last like decade of you being there, and if you don't use this in this fight, I actually think that's my hot take of the week. I think Song Yadong fucking takes down Chris Gutierrez, gets him on top, ground and pounds him, and knocks him out. And that's how we cash the Song Yadong inside the distance tickets. Other than that, like the rest of the fights are sketch.
Real quick, King Al. Yeah, go to pubsportsradio.com. Sign up for the UFC. Go get it done. It's free. Get it. You know what I'm looking at is this off Grand Canyon, off the huge win with San Diego State. No, I know, but I don't know if Liberty should be laying that. Yeah, I don't think they should be laying 5.5. I know this is travel's not great. I've been thinking about this a ton, and I've seen them play on the road. Like they went to San Francisco and won. I gotta double check if that wasn't on neutral floor earlier. GC? Grand Canyon.
You're talking about GC?
Yeah, Grand Canyon earlier this year. I know they lost to South Carolina, but I think that's too many here at 5.5. I'm looking at
5.5, Connor. I'm glad you pulled
Liberty never beats anybody when they step up. And I know this is a crazy step up, but I think Grand Canyon, I think 5.5's too much.
The best major basketball player in the fucking country plays at Grand Canyon. That kid Evans, he was a fucking top recruit, played at Kansas, had some type of heart problem, was out for 2 years. Now with the NIL deals, Grand Canyon threw him a fucking bag, and he's there playing for Grand Canyon this year, and they fucking look like a team that you want to have money on them going into March. I love Grand Canyon, but I just didn't like that. Like, so for example, I was big on them in that last spot. Now they're playing it's finals week, Connor. You know what I'm saying? I was saying to Dabby Cap, I was the first graduating class that was went through the online classes era. Bro, Connor, I'm telling you, no bullshit. These kids sign on to these classes for syllabus week and their modules and shit like that, and they're all online classes. These kids haven't signed on to their fucking classes until this week, and they're doing a week worth of semester's work with a tutor sitting next to them, trying to do these tests and quizzes and shit. And sometimes once you get done all that shit, you just want to fucking chill. So Is it chill mode after you just got done?
I mean, but these basketball kids, I mean, they get people to do the work for them. I mean, let's not go too crazy into the study.
They get the people to do the work for them, but bro, I'm telling you, they haven't signed on to the class because I used to be one of those. So the 1 year, right, my sophomore year at Holy Family, I was boys with one of the kids on the team, and they said,
Pushing?
"Can you be one of the tutors this year to help this kid out with this class?" Because I did the Excel sheets for the betting stuff, and I was like, "All right, I got you." And dude, this kid, I'm telling you, and this is like a like this has to be worldwide. This kid hadn't signed on to the online class since fucking filling out your name on the first fucking day.
Yeah.
It was just like a module, a week worth of semester's work, basically, that they did in like 3 to 4 days, and I just did the Excel sheets for it. And man, I'm telling you, they're not physically doing the work, but man, it's a lot of shit now because it's all on the computer. It's not pen and paper where the person can fucking write the shit. What are we doing here? We're comparing hand scripts. No, it's all online now, so you just have to type it all in and stuff. And man, some of these spots this week, like Butler, I feel like, man, that's a school where like you actually can't bullshit the work a little. Like some of these higher schools, you can't bullshit the work. But Grand Canyon's an all online university, man. I'm telling you, those kids ain't signing to that class. It's fucking September.
The K-State game's off. I want to hit on one more here. Someone put Don play. What's the play? Just Anthony Smith over 1.5 is the main play, right, Billy?
The main play.
Yeah, over 1.5 rounds. Don.
Song Yadong, Taitora, and we're figuring out that third piece. I don't like the line movement on Costa. I think Costa should win inside the distance, but might get knocked out. So we're trying to. That's the hold up right now. Is trying to figure out this third leg. I don't want to be throwing money on fucking 20-year-old fucking Chinese kids and shit like that. And
all right.
Park is the third leg, man. Park is the third leg, but I'm waiting on my guy to get back to me if I'm okay to play. And Song Yadong inside the distance.
That game is in Tulsa. I want to take Arkansas at the 4.
49-55 here. This game's going back and forth quick. I need this clock to just keep running. I'd like to get a little bit back at least on my first half that I lost.
Tennessee on a nice run.
Yeah, they had a 9-point lead. Just had another 3. So 58-49 here with 11 minutes on the clock in the second half.
Come on, what's going on here?
God, man. Just as we're starting to pull away, Cali hits a 3. 8-point game here.
Yeah, these fucking the fucking haymakers in college basketball are crazy, man. The way the swings are, it's so fucking
man, and that's where the pro player effect comes in, man. Because some of these kids are just bop, 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 cash. What's up? Run that shit, and that shit's fire, man. I want to have my money on that side. Fuck all that passing the ball bullshit. Because that should be working and stuff until you miss like 4 off in the offensive shots rather than your stud player miss 4 fucking whatever he's shooting shots. Like, you're just going to have to live and die with your best player playing good. You just need one. Like, how many times do we see in March Madness every year? There's just one player on that said so team that just fucking steps up to that moment and they just take over the game. And there's nothing you can do about it, no matter who's on the other side.
true.
But then you have teams like who was it? Eastern Michigan last year. They got Imani Bates, and they were still just trash for the pro player.
Huh. That's like I remember when, just like I said with Wheeler, with him. When I saw him there, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bet on them when I see favorable spots. It didn't take long for me to realize I wasn't going to do that. But with Washington, I think Wheeler is a better fit, and I think they cover some spreads. Just hopefully not tonight against Gonzaga.
I don't know, man. Like, how do you feel about Gonzaga, really? Because the only 2 times I watched Gonzaga play was during Feast Week when they were in the Maui Invitational. So, like, I feel like I don't have a good I can't rate Gonzaga really. Like, I only seen them play 2 times back-to-back days.
What I touched on with them is my main thing. I wouldn't be full game just because they can't fucking shoot free throws. But first half is a different story. I mean, they put up points in bunches. So first half doesn't stress me out as much as a full game does. I played on their baseball field when I was in Kelowna. That was one of the fields we played on. It was a nice field. Small, but it was nice.
Official review. King II says, so we on Grand Canyon? I guess once I go back inside, I had to order some Chinese food and get off these fucking 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock game bets. So after we get all that settled in, real life shit, we'll look back into it because
that's what I was about to say. If some of my bets don't start looking better earlier, I'm not even going to make it till tonight to see them. So cheers to everybody in the chat. Let us know what you're drinking on and smoking on. I'm not going to make it long today if it keeps looking bad because I'm just going to fall asleep.
Fall asleep? No, there's too many games on the board today, bro.
I bet. I've got action throughout the whole day, all the way till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a big card today. Like, the best shit, don't you? We ain't even got. It's like if you went out somewhere and you filled yourself up on the fucking appetizers. We didn't even get to the fucking 4-course meals yet, Dab. Stop drinking the sodas. Stop drinking the sodas and eating the bread, the fucking sweet bread shit. Calm it down.
True.
Like, that shit tastes good and all that, but like that's not what we're really here for. Like,
okay, so no pouting if we lose a couple bets. I got it.
Yeah. You can win that in 2 hours the way this slate is today. Like,
okay, no, you're right. $52.60 here. Tennessee with the 8-point lead. We are almost at the 10-minute mark. Probably is at the 10-minute mark. Tennessee with another steal. Illinois just kind of gives the ball away right there. That was awkward. Are you guys ahead of me on this, or is it? That's the 8th turnover for Illinois.
No, I went back to looking at the live lines here.
I would just like to. I would really like to see Tennessee keep a little bit of a lead because I think that's where they would slow the game down. And I'm not the best at math, so I don't even know if my under is on track or not. I don't fucking care. I just need it to hit by the end of the.
No, it's good.
What?
No, it's looking good.
Okay, I swear, I'm totals are not my favorite thing. In baseball, it's a little different. I'll bet them in baseball, but football and basketball, I usually am on sides.
What is going on here?
What do I need?
Bro, if you're going to foul him and hit him in the arm, fucking hit him in the arm and knock the goddamn ball out. Don't fucking scratch him. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
55-60. 5-point game again here. 9 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Dana Delp said, Dabby, you stay up and watch the Pacers beat that ass tonight. I got you, man. Everybody keep letting me know what they're betting. Kelly said Liberty -4.5. Brad Summersell, Indiana State's team total over 84.5. Ian, Rutgers did not make my card. Either of you guys. Tennessee's finally starting to hit some shots from the outside. Fucking very streaky.
Yeah, I can't even bet that Rutgers game if I wanted to, so it's not even on my card.
Ramon, I had a play highlighted by Ramon earlier. He dropped some action for you guys. Kelly said Avs. So
hockey's on today as well.
I don't bet hockey, but I know I probably should, but I don't do it.
Wow, the Avalanche are playing Philly. I do feel you on that. I do like the Avs.
I've tailed our guy Mike M a few times when he comes on Medicate Mondays. I'll tail his hockey action, but I mean, other than that, I
Philly's
don't
coming
bet
in hot though, man. Philly's coming in hot. 3-game win.
Mike
I had
said
a
he
sweat
was.
with Edmonton last night. Oh my god, bro. Edmonton or not Edmonton. Minnesota was on a second half of a back-to-back. So we made the first official hockey bet of the year. And fuck, dude, Marc-Andre Fleury, as I call him, Mr. McFlurry, that dude was fucking on one. He looked like he came out of a time machine from 2008, and they put him in the game. They had 40 fucking shots on net throughout the game, and they only had 4 goals. It was like, oh my goodness, man. Fucking Furry was all boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh my, it was a sweat, man. First hockey bet of the year, and it was a sweat.
That's
game.
one of the bets I tailed with Mike went into overtime, and I was like, "Damn, overtime! I'm tailing somebody in hockey, and we're in overtime. This is stressful. It was fun though."
It's fun. It's always good when there was a problem when I had like too many bets on entertaining games and not like just cigar games. And I'd rather have the cigar blowout game than the entertaining game. 10 out of 10 days a week.
Ramon Scott, what the fuck? He said, "If you don't take Avalanche against the Flyers, might I suggest a red hot cryptocurrency called Avalanche, up 12% last 24 hours."
I don't know. It's at that time of night. 6-0 too, last 8 against Philly. All right, Ricky Levine, you're giving me some good stats. I'll probably parlay it with some shit while we're on the UFC shirt tonight.
Here's Mel dropping in Avs regulation. Speak, Cab. You can do it. -110. That's what I was saying earlier that he dropped. Illinois down 57-65 here. They're showing Tennessee's made their last 5 shots from the field. Like I said, they're starting to heat up a little bit, it looks like. Well, they're going to miss that shot right on cue. Illinois with the rebound. 7:55 on the clock here. Can we get this under, baby? Come on.
Yeah, ZC, that's kind of the holdup that I'm in right now because I have all the prop shit done for the UFC card. I just got to figure out this third leg. I really got to go back while I'm eating some lunch and figure this out.
I don't even want to look at
this. Wait, because so you know, I got ordered some Chinese food or whatever, and it's getting brought back to the crib, and the fortune cookies are in there. Once we open up the fortune cookie and we see the fucking fortune, then we're firing it off for the evening. But you know, we're waiting on the fortune cookie to tell us what type of day it is. You don't want to jump the gun. You got to wait for your fortune, because then if you bet it before you get the fortune cookie, then the fortune cookie is telling you what your bets are going to be like. But if you get it, the fortune cookie, and you see your fortune, then you bet it. Now you have some knowledge going into it. That's the way.
What the fuck are we talking about right now?
The fortune cookie. You don't.
Never mind.
Really
See, you're gonna. I'm too much of a stoner, bro. You're gonna send me off a tangent. I'm gonna be like, you seen that Rick and Morty with the fortune cookie? Fucking.
You know.
Alabama's up here early on Purdue.
Of course they are, because I wanted Alabama first half and I stayed off. But it's early.
Well, viral video. Take one of those
19-9.
fucking fortune cookies. You eat half of it. Don't look at it yet. Don't jump the gun. Don't be the guy that opens it up and just rips the fortune out and then throws out the cookie. You eat half the cookie. Then you look at the fortune. Then you eat the other half of the cookie while you think about the fortune. And then you proceed along with the rest of your day.
Deep thought. Thanks, Billy, for that.
Betting
analysis.
Betting 101 tips. Order Chinese food on big betting slates. Because I don't even really like Chinese food like that, if we're being honest with you.
Shit.
Those are the
Order
worst.
for the cookie.
Those are the worst people in the casino. You see them sit on the same baccarat table for fucking 2 days.
Yeah.
Man,
Baccarat pie gal.
I don't even like looking at the scores, man. College basketball is such a stress. It's stressful even looking at the fucking scores on your
Stress.
phone.
Such a stress, man. 3-point game right now. Cali's on the free throw line. Probably going to be 68, 70. Butler's doing everything. They got the towel boy coming on. Wipe off the floor. In the middle of the free throw, trying to throw them off a little bit. Like, they're trying everything right now, bro. So it's
Bro, speaking of trying everything, C-Mac just said it. Alabama's up early, so if you liked Purdue, well, they're down by 10
Yeah.
right now.
You like the plus.
Yeah, you could have got like +1.5.
The chat's bringing that in there too. Dana Delp said Alabama up 10. Andrew G said Alabama 5 from 6 from 3 already. See, that won't continue. I mean, they might have a good game, obviously, but they're not going to shoot at that rate. You know, they had some loss to the transfer portal last year too. Quinterly, the guard for Memphis that was transferred from Alabama. I've been on Memphis early in the season, and he's been one of the reasons. But, God, he stresses me out. He turns the ball over too much, but he's still a really talented guard. Was it 12-point lead here for Tennessee? This has gotten
One away.
Yeah.
God damn. First half, Illinois. Home game, Tennessee.
Of course. Right?
At home. Yeah.
At home, I know. Exactly. You
So they
said
pull away. It's just had a couple runs.
Let's see here. Looks like Kansas State is down 16-18 right now to LSU. That game's going back and forth, obviously.
16,
Don't even want to look at it.
What scoreboard?
I wanted to look at South Florida. I couldn't do it, though.
I got
It's Florida
1918.
State.
LSU is down by 1 point against Kansas.
Well, mine didn't update, but now I got 2019 LSU's up. So there you go. It's going to go quick, right?
Yeah, I got to put the SEC network on in a little bit. But I'm on my phone. My phone's about to die.
Bro, my phone's about to die too. I hate that when we're on this live. Like, I have like these little chargers. So I'm charging if they're not plugged in, but I don't have one on me. I should go grab one. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to grab one really quick. Let us know in the chat. Everybody's bringing in fucking comments. Director 97. I know, man. I'm rooting for you. Tennessee fucked me in the first half, so I wanted you to at least get your full game cash. Maybe you can get some trash time threes or something like that to bring you back. I'm rooting for my under, but Tennessee's starting to make that look fucking dead too. So I'll be right back.
Da-da-da-da-da. It's a good fight. Where's the NFL club? Yeah, sorry, my bad.
How cold is it? You on the NFL tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I thought I thought I answered the message, but I didn't. I feel bad.
Good. Get on there and win, Demon.
I had to get back.
I got drilled. And my NFL season's been better than like probably the last couple. I got drilled on the show.
I feel like your best is when you do those contest things, man. You're pretty elite in the contest things, like where you have to pick like 4 spreads a week, and those are the that's where you smash.
They've been good for me in the past. I've hit them, you know. I've won some money for the weekly ones, the 3 weeks, the 6 week. You know. This year's been pretty good. I need a strong finish, though. for
I feel you. I
the
need a
super
straw.
contest.
Oh my god, this is a sweat. This is a sweat, bro. This is a
Yeah,
sweat.
right over there. How cold is it in Jersey right now?
To be honest with you, it's not cold at all. I shouldn't be wearing this second jacket, but man, I'm
It's not that
sweating.
cold. And what is it? Just like 50?
If I
40?
had to,
45?
let me look. 58.
Damn. Yeah, that ain't that bad.
Like it's 60. It's damn near 60 degrees. Like,
That ain't that bad.
not cold at
Shit,
all.
it's
Like,
probably the same. What's it in Vegas? It's probably 65.
I'll get back to you, EQ. I'm sweating this game right now, man. 3-point game. They got them straight on the money line live.
It's 52 in Vegas right now.
Yeah, it's warmer in New Jersey than it is in Vegas.
Damn.
Yeah, like it's actually like no bullshit. I didn't think it was just warm outside, but at first,
Props are dead, Lucas.
Oh my
Dead.
god,
Dead.
fucking sweating. Justin,
Too
I think
shitty first half.
Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I think Arizona smashes Wisconsin. I haven't put any money on it though, so I can't really say. I didn't think they smashed too much. I ain't put bread on it yet.
Missed. Terrence Shannon missed. Yeah, these guys just missing all day long. We didn't have a bad game. He's 2 for 11 from the field.
What do you mean props? What props did you take?
I just have some props. I have Shannon's points and James's points on here. They're not getting it done.
Dude, that's the most frustrating in college basketball because sometimes they're like really, really easy. Or
I
like,
just was trying to get we're on this game. I didn't play the game, so I was giving a little action just to play. I had Mississippi State already, but hey, Shannon in it. He hadn't had his lowest total is 16 so far this year. I mean, he's off a 33-point game. He's just bricking everything, you know. The guy's cold. He's fucking cold. He's 3 for 13.
Finals week shit.
He did just hit a 3, but I mean, he needs 4 points here in 4 minutes. 5 points.
You said my alumni are bumming me out. The alumni are bad this year, but I don't know if they're good. They're definitely not bad, but I don't know if they're good, if that makes sense to you guys.
Bro, it's so weird for me because I grew up like an Aggie fan.
Wichita's not at home, right? We talked about that. They're on a neutral. Right, Billy? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neutral site basketball game because
there's a lot of those today. Make sure you check around. Same thing.
When I popped it up, it said that it was like some home court advantage thing, and then I looked at the game and I was like, nah, dude, that shit's a neutral site game. I don't know where it's at, but it's a neutral site game.
Hey, shout out to our guy Saturated. He said his Illinois is bumming him out. I know that's your team, man. They're bumming me out too. They took my money and now they're not covering full game. I don't like that.
Yeah, this is going into OT.
Is it?
Yeah, 1 second.
The Butler game?
Cal hits a fucking 3.
Oh shit! Our guy who not only has the latest and greatest bets, but also the latest and greatest in somewhat sports-related cryptocurrencies has joined us here, Mr. Ramon Scott. What up, Ramon? Glad to have you on here, man.
I mean, I just picked it because I was like, I didn't want to get some Bitcoin. I'm like, this one's like a sports team. I'll go.
I
with
never
that
know
one.
if you're joking with me or not. I swear to God, like, I assume you're joking about the cryptocurrency, but part of me thinks you might be serious.
No, it is. It was like the hottest. You know, like crypto's been on a pretty big run here over the last couple of weeks, but some of them are faster than others, right? And
you really did just get this crypto?
Well, this Avalanche, I was just, I bought a little bit of this. I've been buying a little bit here, but I was on the air, and the little Robin Hood comes up. It's like, oh, Avalanche is up 6%. And, I'm like, oh, and I'm on the air.
Wanting to look.
And I'm talking about the hockey, and I'm like, wow, this So I did that little. It was like a little segue. You know, oh, it's Avalanche crypto. If you don't take the Avalanche, and by the end of the day, it had gone up 23%. Now I didn't really. I'm not touting it. I just was making kind of a, a funny. Where'd Connor go? Jeez.
It's a good
Come on.
it's a good play on
Let's
words, and
focus
also
on the
it is.
line.
I dabble in cryptocurrency, man. I actually was on top of that early when I was younger because that was my generation's kind of thing. So I fuck with cryptocurrency to this day. So
Well, if we got any of my generation, and I know we do, dating back to the gambling forums back, around the turn of the century, maybe even. But, when you used to go on the RX, it was like a popular, the RX, the prescription website. It was like one of the first gambling forums. And cryptocurrency was talked about quite a bit on there and by Chris Costigan of Gambling 9/11. And I didn't understand it back then, but it was like everybody was like, this cryptocurrency, this is what's going to be. And of course, this is like 25 years ago, 25 years ago. And and you look at it now and you're like, man, imagine those people that just had just a little bit. They're all millionaires right now, certainly. But
so I'm going to turn.
It's all relative. It's all relative in the economy. I mean,
I'm going to turn 33 this year, and I'm pretty sure the only good thing my generation had was cryptocurrency. That, and if you invested in GameStop at the right time.
Yeah. Well, some of those goofball, stocks that moved the AMCs of the world too, right? Still kind of talk about those and kind of some of the breakdowns of late, but great day. Hey, did you see it? Cal has tied the game here against Butler. Butler's won 26 straight non-conference games in the daytime. That's a weird one, but still, usually what that means is these type of games that you invite the teams in on the weekend. This is a kind of the format college basketball does, right? Non-conference day games. That's this one. Butler's won 26 in a row. There's 2 seconds left. You guys might be ahead of me, but it doesn't matter because this one's headed to overtime.
Yeah,
there we go. That's good news for Billy. I was about to say now that it's going to overtime, you're still alive.
That's not good news. The fuck out of here. These motherfuckers.
No, it's not good news, bro, but it's better than the game. Isn't it better than the game ending?
No, these motherfuckers are up by 6 points with like 2 minutes left.
Right. So it's not good news, but it's better than somebody making a shot to end the game and having no chance. That's what I meant.
Nah, man.
Well, Billy's been crushing me every time I see Billy's got the winner on me, but I do have Cal in this one today.
I just need the money line for Butler. I don't need the.
Oh shit! Well, I didn't know that. My bad.
Well, you shouldn't be sweating them this much, then, no doubt, Billy. Especially after that stat I just gave you. But it wasn't. I didn't give it to you before the game, but you heard what I just said, right? 26 straight non-conference home games that Butler has won, and they're going to be going to overtime here as a 10-point. Look, Butler definitely took the steam. It opened 8.5, closed about 10, right? So the move was on Butler, no doubt.
Man,
to be honest with you, Ramon, I had that spot circle for over a week, and I don't know what happened last night, but I just did not end up betting it until this morning because I was waiting for the first half line.
Well, look where that total landed. It's 73 all right now. Total open about 146. Maybe a little bit higher at a few spots, but closed as low as 144.5. Now it's going to go over, obviously, but landed right there on the number here. And you guys have done a great job with this game with Tennessee. I wonder if the boys are at the game today with South Carolina and East Carolina. 2 minutes left, 59-58. Gamecocks on top of the Pirates. Shout out to the guys if you're there. Just gone final. UConn wins it by 38. They got the money, I'm pretty sure, for everybody. Maybe some, by 38 over Pine Bluff. Connecticut gets the money, and it probably landed. Listen to this, Dabs. Connecticut was a 37-point favorite. The total closed about 164. The final score is 101-63.
Holy shit! So it's right on. So it's a half point off of both, right?
Either way, right? I mean, most of the people are going to get the cover. Wow. All the Connecticut people are going to get the cover. For the most part, there was some 38 openers, and that total maybe opened a little bit lower. So if you were late to the party, there it goes over for the early bettors, but some people may have just fallen short on that or pushed, but still, just because you think of a game that might land close, right? You're like something that's -3 and 140 or something. It just doesn't matter, right? It's going to fall. But to have a 40-point game and just like right on, and they always say, Vegas knows, but really, who knew? It was the public, right? Because that's Vegas tries to balance the action, so the public knew exactly what was going to happen in UConn and Pine Bluff.
I mean, and that's so like, one of the things I say is with college basketball, that's one of the few sports where I think sometimes the public is more on the right side because there's so many teams and so much variance, but maybe I'm wrong and I don't have data sitting in front of me to support that. But I feel like college basketball is kind of one of those sports where the public gets it right just about as much as the sharps probably.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, when you play the landscape like I do, I mean, everything's line movement to me. I just stick with my numbers, right? So many people talk about passing and everything like that, and good, please, play your game. But if I've got a line, Dabby, that I've got it at -5, and it gets steamed up to 8, and it's not necessarily because of any injury, and why wouldn't I say, well, their sharps pushed it up? Why wouldn't I take the dog now? I don't always subscribe to that, but the lines moved, and if you weren't playing the game, yeah, maybe people want more than a 3-point edge. Maybe you want 4.5, whatever you want. But if your numbers are that far off from what everybody's using anyways, I mean, you should be going big with that team in that game. You talk about altering your bet unit size. I mean, I don't want to get too far off stray, but if something you've got 4.5, 5-point difference, that's probably like a 1.5 or 2 unit play, I would guess, for some people, if that's the way they do it. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just coming on here to say hi. Thank you.
You know what you're doing, man. Are you kidding me? You know exactly what you're doing. And that's why I shut up and listen sometimes when you get up here, because I like to learn and I like to listen. And I'm somebody who talks a lot. You look at talk about this line movement, man. College basketball, we were touching on this earlier. Bet it live, bet it live, bet it live, because you see so many runs. So it's like if you were somebody who is going to bet Purdue, you have an opportunity down 10 right now to get a much better adjusted line. If you liked Alabama, obviously you stay off right now. But so much variance in the lines, right? If you liked LSU early on, you could take them. I hope that holds on because I have Kansas State first half, but still 4:25 left in the first half. But just the runs, Auburn is down early. It's 6-9. It's very early. But if you liked Auburn, you're getting a better number now than you did at the start. So, what up, C-Mac?
Yep.
You sweating anything right now?
No. Fine.
No. That's a nice place to be. I wish I wasn't.
I don't have any of these first halves.
Well, I knew if I came on here at the end of the show, I wouldn't, interrupt the flow. You guys were hot with Billy. He's got one of those, he's got one of those. Are you still there, Billy? You've got one of those, nose players, nose personnel. Really admire that. Wish I was better sometimes at some of that, but
man, Kansas, I'm looking here because I don't have it on the screen since I've got this Tennessee-Illinois game. Kansas State and LSU look like they're just trying to compete to who could turn the ball over the most. Last 3 possessions, Kansas State turnover, LSU turnover, Kansas State turnover. The fuck, man?
Well, good thing Jimmy's not here. I'd have to sing that dumb song again.
The turnover song, I was here for it, and I'm always here for it.
You're trying to get noticed a little bit, and maybe I got a little too carried away in the slapstick humor department because just trying to get on Jimmy's good side, and use one of my skills. Seriously, having a great time making some of these appearances right now. And Butler, 4-point lead there, Billy. 2 minutes to go here in overtime.
There we go.
I can't lie to you, Ramon. This is one of those Saturdays. Like I gotta come back, man. Last Saturday I had a couple poo-poos, and that was alcoholic beverages the day before.
I'm in the same boat right now.
That's true.
I didn't drink.
It is
this Friday.
It's at the Intrust there where they're at.
Well, looking forward to the fight card tonight with you guys a little bit, and even though it's not the best aesthetically pleasing card, I feel like it's going to be a good betting card.
I didn't like the card at all.
All right. Well, no.
Those are the ones that always work out with UFC.
Those are the ones that work out, though. It's in the.
Aren't we supposed to play some dogs here, Billy? Aren't we supposed to mix it up? And even if we don't know if we have the best fighter, we might want to just maybe try some dogs here tonight in the UFC. I don't want to put you on the spot here.
One of the dogs I liked was Jamie Malarkey. I'm putting him in my FanDuel lineup tonight.
What's the number on him right now?
Plus 175. When they're talking about his game plan coming into this camp, one of his coaches said, he's maturing, he's getting older, probably gonna wrestle.
Yeah. That Villanova game too. There is Moore's not playing in that game, by the way.
Oh, no Moore, no Bill.
Yeah, he's out. That's what I meant. I thought you already knew that. Okay.
Bro, I haven't looked at the injury report. No Moore, no Bill.
Yeah, he's out. I don't.
Just about to tip right now. Duke, 15.5-point favorite here. They got steamed up from about 14 here. I don't know. I'd probably still want to try Duke in this one. This one's just about to tip, so I don't mean to spring it on everybody so late, but also pretty big steam to the under here, down to 1 point to the under. Doesn't look too solid, but I'm betting everything. I'm giving Duke an under here for just a little play.
I like Duke.
Duke against Charlotte tonight. Right now, tipping off.
We hit that one earlier. Another one that we hit earlier that I didn't go much.
This is a fucking sweat. Oh my god, bro! What the fuck?
Yeah, point left right now. Bill, I don't know what yours says, Billy.
Bro,
I can
up
tell you.
with 30 seconds left, and we're going into a second overtime, bro.
We are. Okay, I've got 0.8 left, so I'm a little behind. All right.
Well, it's going into a second overtime.
I don't want to jinx it. Cal still has a shot. It's 0.8 seconds left on the clock in the first overtime.
Okay, so I'll change topics here and let's try and take the decompress it. You got this. Ohio State. I was touching on them earlier. I just don't think Penn State is. I think they're going to continue to have a down season. They're not playing any defense right now whatsoever, and I kind of think Ohio State might light them up a little bit. Their 5-game losing streak that Penn State's on right now. They've allowed more than 50% shooting from the field. Ohio State's offense is 15th nationally in adjusted offensive efficiency. They're shooting 47.4% as a team from the field. I think they're going to put up points in bunches, and I just don't think Penn State has the offense to match. So I like Ohio State, however you want to take it, first half, full game. I'm on the first half.
What's the number?
2.5 is what I got.
And it's in Penn State?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah, Penn State's at home. I didn't want to say yes and have it be another neutral court, but this is when I actually
I feel like every game's a neutral court game. Every game's in the Wells Fargo, or not the Wells Fargo, neutral or at home site. I don't know why I said Wells Fargo. It's probably
because we were talking about that specific one earlier.
Yeah, I have the Kentucky game up in my cable television TV.
Yeah, because right now I don't know where, like you were mentioning, there is 0.8 left, and we're in a review where I'm at in the game anyway, as they're trying to determine the possession of the ball underneath. Unless you have a little bit, maybe that's what you were saying, Billy, was just right there and you weren't sure, or if anybody knows. But It looks to me either
this
way.
game is going to be a sweat for the spread. Sorry, Ramon, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off
I
there.
don't know what's going on because of the review, but they put 1.4 back on the clock here.
Oh, for the Cal Butler game? Damn. Okay, so I'm talking about this Illinois-Tennessee game right now. Illinois is going to the line. They're down 9, but the spread was 7.5, depending on when you got it, if I'm not mistaken. So Illinois going to the line down 9 with 1 minute and 17 seconds on the clock. It's going to come down to the wire here.
Okay, well, I think are we all on Illinois? I mean, I'm on Illinois.
I'm not on any. I didn't have a full game on the side
I don't
here.
think they're going to get there. I got 7. I don't think I could do much better than. I don't know. It's going to be a Butler inbound underneath their own basket with 1.4 to go, and he is being guarded on the baseline, and he cannot step, so he's looking for a quarterback pass, and he had to call a timeout here.
They still got one more to go. Never mind. That was the last one.
Illinois hits both their free throws, so now they are down 7. They got to foul, right? Like they're not fouling, but they have to, right? I mean, 1:09 on the clock. Don't you got to foul right here and extend this game?
Yeah. They're going to foul.
Okay. I don't know why they waited so long to do it, if I'm being honest.
We'll see. Shannon's at 17, too, with those makes. I'm going to get hooked.
Nah, he's got you. He's got the ball in this at this point in the game. He's got you. See, Mac, you're
Well, he should. Yeah, I mean, at least he's going to shoot it here in the last minutes. Yeah, get it into the.
What is Duke sponsored by the CW now? Like, why are all their games in the last 2 weeks on the fucking CW? Like, I thought they should.
Yeah,
be.
no, CW's been doing some sports stuff. I mean, there's no doubt.
Like, that's crazy.
That's the network where you'll find Live Golf. Well, here's a heave from half court, and it's short. We're going to overtime, double overtime.
Illinois makes another shot here to make it 7 points again. 53 or 57.3 seconds on the clock. Man, this is one of those games. If Illinois finds a way to like hit a garbage 3 right here to cover this, but they don't win, I feel bad for the Tennessee backers because it's just like
that's
how
the
it
worst
goes.
beat was that North Texas the other night. They were up 11 or up 6 with 2 minutes left. They didn't score again. Boise went 11-0, and they fouled with. It was like that game, Billy, with that we lost on with the Rockets with 0.1 second. Like, don't foul when there's 1 second, the less than that. And they touched him, and he made them both. And some people had 5. Some even had 5.5 and 1 who messaged me. But that's dirty. This is dirty beats as they come.
See if I can find this one here. What was it? Nope, I'm not going to find it. There's one game that I was thinking about early on in the season. I didn't have a bet on it, but I saw it on like one of those worst beat things, and I was like, it was like a 9-point game with like seconds, man. Which I can't find it. Whatever. Crazy things can happen, man. Speaking of crazy things, 57 seconds, like I said here in this game, 79-72. Tennessee does lead, but if you had the 7, like our guy Ramon and most of the chat here, you're right. You're hanging on. I'm rooting for you guys. Since I'm not on Tennessee, I'm rooting for you guys.
South Carolina just gets the money here, 68-62 and an under. South Carolina 6-point win is a 5-point favorite here. It's
That's
final.
how tight that was. It stayed off.
You heard me describe, Connor, that final with Connecticut and Pine Bluff. Were you here when I talked about that? How it landed right on the side in total, a 40-point basically a 38, 39 point spread with a total of 162, and it lands right on the side in total, pretty much.
That's crazy. Trying to find the fucking live line here.
Well, they might get this money by mistake here, huh?
Billy, did you need first half with LSU or only full game on the money line?
Full game money line.
All right. Well, I'm going to root for you. I need you to root for me. I know I've got a 6-point lead here, but I just need this first half, and then I can root for you. I need this, bro. I need to get my day back on track badly, and it would be nice to get this one.
I'll root for you because I need this Butler live line and the money line vote.
Thank you, Truth Teller, for the Mexican soccer action. I love it.
Hell yeah, Truth Teller. And Brad Summersell said he's on Duke first half -8.5. Bounce back, get him.
Here's the key in this game right here that Truth Teller is setting us up on. It says go over over 3, right? Is that this is the second leg of this game, and America already leads 5-0. So he sees them, I would think, continuing to score at will in this one. They won the first leg 5-0 on Wednesday night, and well, I guess they'll just keep it going. San Luis, this is like as great as a moment they've had, I believe. Just to get to this point. Yeah, there it is. Truth Teller saying it right there. They scored 5 goals. They're going to score 5 more. He's betting a dime. Thank you.
Martinez, I got 7. G. Martinez said Illinois is down 5. I got 7 on my screen. It's 81-74 going into commercial break here.
Yeah, turnover.
You get to halftime so I can fucking at least split these early plays, man. I saw Kansas State or LSU had a technical foul. Since I'm not watching the game because I'm watching this one, I didn't see what it was, but it was like, if I get this Kansas State first half here with 4 seconds, I feel like I probably should. But I was grateful for that because it was like 5 points back to back, like in a row right there, thanks to that technical foul. I wonder if it was on a coach or a player.
42-35, 42-34 with 5 seconds. Is that to go in the first half? South Florida's dumping on Florida State here. 7-point dog. They're up by 14 with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Illinois didn't foul there, which is scratching. Come on, get these points. Get these points. Was that Shaver? Shannon, did he get it for me, guy? Hey, C-Mac's not in here.
I'm showing a 7-point game in Illinois going to the line with 25.1.
Oh, that was an and one? Those 2 points right there cash the prop for Shannon Jr. for fucking C-Mac, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was either 17.5 or 18.5, and that puts him at 19, 20 pending the free throw. So let's go, C-Mac.
That's a little bit of action here. If you're interested in this one, set to go here in just a couple of minutes is Division 1AA FCS playoffs right now with North Dakota State and South Dakota. Interesting. This one, I believe, is on ABC TV. And North Dakota State's a 6.5-point favorite. This game is about to go in about 3 or 4 minutes, or 6.5-point favorite, and the total is 48. Some widely reported steam came in on the under. I wasn't too impressed with it, but this is pretty good time for South Dakota. North Dakota State's usually the team that's, they got the reputation, and this is good for South Dakota, but they're going to be up against it here a little bit, I think, in this one.
Any thoughts on the Arkansas game coming up? I do have Arkansas first half. I know they've been a little shaky early in the season. That was a big win against Duke, but talent-wise, we touched on it. I think Arkansas has got all the talent in the world. It's just a matter if they can put it together or not.
Yeah. Well, I heard Billy talking. I heard Billy talking about it earlier a little bit.
Oh, and it rolls in. Illinois right now just
Oh,
made it a
really?
5-point game.
Oh, terrific! Hey, we get lucky. Hey, you know what they call me? You guys, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad, but well, I mean, you probably could guess what some of the things they call me. But the luckiest handicapper luckiest handicapper. That's me. I'm always on the end of the. Somehow
yeah,
I
I'll
just
take
always
that.
get lucky on
Well,
these.
you know what they say about luck. Luck is being prepared for the right opportunity, and
I got it.
if
Yeah,
you
it's when
prepare
preparation
yourself,
meets
you will get
opportunity.
lucky. Yeah, preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, so if you
Wow.
prepare yourself enough, you will get lucky.
That is awesome. I don't want to say I have heard that, but
My favorite sayings. Yeah, I like
well,
that.
on one of those websites where I kind of tout my wares a little bit. I did say this, Billy. I think you can like this. So listen. In professional and college sports, luck can play a major factor in the outcome of a game. However, that luck is often determined by a combination of tactful skill and hardworking determination.
No shit.
That's it.
You could get
Well,
some more.
Speaking of
Get
luck,
to it, too.
I don't know if this is luck or not, but at your +7, guys, you're going to get your money back. So you're not going to lose or win. The game is over here.
To push.
But
Well, no, I heard on one of these shows that a tie is a win. Didn't I?
you didn't lose any money. So, I mean,
Ah,
yeah, you didn't lose any money.
Wasn't that
So
one of
what-
these? I think it was right here on PSR. I know we try to be, transparent, but somebody said a tie is a win. I think one time.
who said that? Who said it?
I don't know. I think it was just a running joke. One time, somebody in the chat said
Just say it. Who said it?
No. Oh, I don't. Do you know? And I'm supposed to know?
Sometimes.
No, I don't know who.
Depending on what
Billy said it. Oh, is this guy up here?
well, it depends
no,
on
I
how.
didn't-
Listen,
Were you
listen.
there for that episode? It was one
No,
show where
I don't
somebody
remember
in the
shit.
chat said it. It was just a running joke for like an hour. That's all.
It's not a
You
win.
know how things go in the chat. Somebody says something funny, and then everybody starts running with it. And
Man,
Mm.
I'll tell you right now, C-Mac.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it
I'm
isn't.
on a fucking
No, it-
baseball game and I have a first 5 total, and that shit ties.
You got
and I
it.
push. That's a
Yeah,
win.
it feels like a win. No, I know, but that is not a win.
Well,
I get it. It
if
feels
you
like a
could,
win.
especially in this game where really Tennessee did a great job
That's
in
like
the second
saying
half.
that's like saying I fucked this chick.
So
She was kind of ugly, but
What?
I still got laid. Like what? Like, alright, dude. Like
So
everyone is
you're saying a tie is like kissing your sister.
A push is a push. It's just so you get your money back. for the
push,
most part, yeah.
push in the bush.
Anyway,
If it was
shout
a
out to
win,
the chat, man.
you would have
It
won
always
money.
happens like this, C-Mac. We always seem to hit more viewers right at the end than at the beginning.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you have to get, with all due respect, Bill. I mean, we got to dig a little. We're trying to stir the pot a little bit, generate
I was
views.
just trying to find it out. That's all. But
Right.
hey, they cashed. The props cashed from the dead. The free throws.
You
Wow.
got there, man. I knew you were going to get there. I felt it whenever you said you were going to get hooked. I was like, no, you're getting these points here. But, we never know. But you did get them. So good shit, man.
I'll take it.
My first half did not get there, but Kansas State first half did. So I am now 1-1 in pregame bets heading into the rest of the day. I'll hit this with my last 3 bets for everybody really quick. I got Arkansas first half +1.5, Ohio State -2.5 in the first half, and Gonzaga -2.5 in the first half. You can get a better line on that one now. I bet it last night, but that's the last 3 bets I have. I'll let these guys get us out of here, man. Shout out to you guys one last time in the chat. Rashia, Kelly, Lucas, everyone. But I want you guys to, tell everybody what's going on. UFC right here on Pub Sports Radio. Tune in to all the fights. I'm sure Billy will be there. They'll give you their live action, their pregame or pre-fight, not pregame. I got this.
Yeah, you got to have that weight. You got to have that as a bet, though. Tie to win with soccer, of course. That could be a win, but you got to have that bet, the tie bet.
Yeah, backtrack there. Yeah.
The draw. Yeah, I'm just saying, well, if people are putting it in there, I mean, if you have the draw, then yeah, of course it's a win, but that's a separate bet for soccer. So, yeah, you don't need to get wild over there. Finish. Your bets.
I think I'm good, man. I want to let you guys take us out. I just want to shout out the chat one last time, like I was doing. You guys out there, man. I put out the rest of my action. C-Mac, Ramon, Billy, thank you guys for being here. If you guys want to hit on any action you got and what you got going on, Pub Sports Radio. If you haven't picked out the fights yet, go to pubsportsradio.com. It's free. All you do is click the fighter that you think is going to win and how the fight's going to play out. And the winner gets $100. We do it every single week. It's absolutely free to join. It's easy. Bet online. If you're going to gamble, use Bet Online, promo code Pub Sports Radio. They'll match your deposit. Prize Picks, same thing. They'll match your deposit. It's only up to 100 there. But still, it's a free $100. Go put in 100. They match you 100. Promo code Pub Sports Radio. You guys got the deal. But I'll let you guys get us out. Ramon, let the people know where they can find you and what you got going on.
Real quick, I just want to say maybe Billy can help me out on this. But if you did put in your Pub Sports entry like before last night, one of the bouts, I believe, on the card, it actually changed. It changed maybe before we changed it today, or Pub Sports, we changed it today. So if you were involved in that fight where Elliott's come in, I think that was the one, right, Billy? So you might have to go back in and change your pick if you or not. But anyways,
Elliott and I think the Anthony Smith fight.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so make sure you do that if you're in it. And I'm at Tony's Picks YouTube channel every day. I host the morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. I preview all the games. Hey, it's on YouTube. I already made picks on about 10 college games still to come. If you want to check that out as the day goes along, I'd appreciate it. And I'm over at tonyspicks.com. But you can just come for the show, have a good time with some of the people that you see here in the chat. They're over there too with my team, Steam. And we're on the air. It's cool, man. Connor, we're on the air sometimes, and the Steam, the line's changing as we speak. It's a really cool feature.
Of course.
Thanks, Davey.
Of course.
Billion.
Real quick here. It's how you want to take it. A loss, you lose your money. A push, you get your money back. If that's how you take it as a win, so be it. In the end, it's not a win, but it's a push. Yeah, you get your money back. So, yeah, hey, believe me, when I get a push, I'll take it. So if that's a social win, beautiful. So who gives a shit in the end? Ron, EQ, Truth Teller, Kelly, especially everyone in green. Ron Lofton, director, Rushia, as always in here. G. Martinez, Lucas R. I'm glad we got that cashed here at the end. Don Play, Todd Clinton's in the green. Kevin K. in the green. Lexicon. Shout out Robert Franklin, all the regulars. Appreciate all you guys. Let's have a good Saturday. Billy, take us home. Hit us with your bets, whatever you got to do. Take us out of here, baby. You there?
I said, if you want to see our bets tonight, you got to tune into the UFC live stream. The UFC card goes off tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Nadong song. Where's this Chris Gutierrez? Right there in the UFC Apex, right there in C-Mac's hometown, Las Vegas. Make sure you guys are checking it out here on Pub Sports Radio. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, $4.99 a month. If you guys want to get that membership, get the interviews that you don't see on the network as well. Make sure you check out the new shows. Hit the like button. We had Nadu on this morning. Then we followed it up by Dabby Cab and C-Mac with the UFC on tonight. Then we got Pub Hub tomorrow. Then we got Sharpie's Red Zone followed up by a Sunday night football stream with Jimmy the Bag. So make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe. The most wonderful time of the year.
There you go, man. We be pumping.
Peace.